1. Oh.
Wow. You know nothing. Hi. Welcome to Damsels in Dicestress. My name is Lyndon Rufus Winters. The noisy people, get your head out of my camera. The noisy people are Morne, Maijai, Taya, and Rio. And we are damsels in... Well, we're not, actually. No, some of us are damsels in distress. Some of us are middle-aged men. And some of us are a balding man whose youth I've stolen.
Yeah, very, very...
Thank you for watching our second episode. If you haven't watched the first one, that would explain why you're watching this one. So, without further ado, I will reveal the table. Ta-da!
Hi!
I'm the balding one, whose youth was stolen.
I'm his girlfriend and he forgot my name.
I'm noisy.
Yeah, pronouns. We didn't do pronouns
We didn't
last time.
do pronouns. My
care.
pronouns are she, her.
They, them. They, them.
He, they.
He, him.
Wow.
Got a bit of everything.
Yeah, so this
bit of
episode
spice.
is...
Jesus Christ, what are you like? Keep going, keep going.
No, your beautiful notes!
Just carry on.
Oh no, what have you done?
Just leave it, it's fine. Okay, carry on.
So anyway, if you'd like to join us on a humour and horror Regency Dungeons and you put me all off now. Right, we'll start over. We're starting over.
No!
Dungeons and Dragons. Regency. Jane Austen. What's that one that people like? The TV show. Bridgerton. All of the stuff. Sharp. None of you remember that. It's from the 90s. Hornblower. Also from the 90s?
I wasn't born yet.
None of us were born.
We weren't born.
Napoleonic Wars stuff. Yeah. One thing we didn't mention last week was triggers. There are no triggers in these episodes, but in general, overall, there will be misogyny because it is the 1820s. There will be horror, as best as I can do it, and just general Dungeons and Dragons violence. That's about it. So, buckle up. If you remember... Oh, let's do an intro. And welcome back. So, last week we left off with the girls on a treasure hunt of sorts, running around looking for their invitations to the first spring ball in the village. Much hijinks was had. People enjoyed themselves. Some people did not enjoy themselves. You went to the ball. You danced. Your father was there. You did not dance. You did not go to the ball.
That was my,
That's kind of it.
There was something
There
quite
was-
big
That
that
was
happened,
quite a
wasn't
major
there?
thing, actually.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're now engaged, yeah. Whoops, forgot about that.
And I left.
And you left. And I guess that's where we'll pick up from. So,
I'm currently walking home.
yeah, it's evening. It's probably about 9 o'clock, 9:30. The sound of music disappears as you walk further from the village. The rest of you are inside dancing. You're dancing with some of your suitors.
Nigel,
Yes. Nigel, he waited his turn. Agatha is happy drinking water, sitting, enjoying
I'm
herself,
drunk.
having lots of fun, apparently.
Yes, lots of fun.
And...
what are we starting with?
Well, let's start with you guys back at the ball. The dancings and the music.
Am I still dancing with Nigel?
Yes, I guess so.
Sorry.
I must say you dance exquisitely. Your feet are so dainty.
Thank you, Nigel.
How is my dancing?
Oh, it's lovely. I can see you've been practicing since the last ball.
I have. I practiced just for you.
For me?
Yes, I wanted to make a good impression.
Oh, well, that's very sweet.
Your feet are so dainty.
Thank you. You did mention.
Yes. They're very elegant.
Thank you. I do try.
Very nice feet.
The music's lovely too, isn't it?
I love the music, yes. Mozart is one of my favourites.
Mine too.
Name 3 Mozarts. What's your favourite 3 Mozarts?
Well, I'm afraid I don't know the names of the individual pieces.
Right. Cool. People said cool back then. when it was chilly. It's cool in the air, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, I'm finding it quite warm.
Must be the chemistry between us.
Perhaps.
I must say, I've been looking forward to this dance all winter.
All winter.
Yes.
Well, that's very kind of you.
I know. I'm a nice guy, you know.
You seem very well mannered.
Thank you. I must say, the way you dance is exquisite. The way your feet move.
Thank you. Like I said, I do try and practice as much as befits a young lady.
It shows.
Well, it's good to hear that.
Oh, the dance seemed to have ended. That was a pleasure.
It was lovely. Thank you very much.
Perhaps we dance again later in the evening?
Well, I would love to, but as I am now of a marriageable age, it is improper, you understand, to dance 2 dances with one man without people speculating. I do apologise.
Let them speculate.
I think my mother would rather not, so perhaps I'll speak to you around at the drinks table and such.
Very well.
Thank you.
Exquisite feet.
I think somebody is. I think my mother's calling for me. I might really must. And I very quickly march through the crowd.
Nice.
And I try and hide behind a pillar.
Mm-hmm.
And I just grab some water, and then for a few minutes I'm just behind this pillar, sort of collecting myself and sipping my water.
Agatha.
I am at the drinks table where Nigel has just come along. Like you just said.
I believe we haven't been properly introduced yet. I know it's slightly improper of me, but I couldn't help notice that you are maybe friends with Rosalind?
Oh yes, she is my cousin. We
Cousin.
have spent many years together.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Agatha Pentecost.
Nigel Johnson. May I?
Yes. I shake your hand. Oh. Oh.
Those are the wettest lips I've ever seen.
Saliva is dripping.
Thank you, Nigel.
Could I interest you in a dance?
Oh, no, I am sorry, I do not dance.
you do not dance.
Oh, no, I do not like to dance. I do not like to dance, and I also am not feeling quite well.
Oh, that's... Would you like me to get something for you?
No,
Some more water?
no, that's fine. I have plenty of water here.
I don't know.
And at that moment, Archibald sort of interjects himself. That's Rosalind's eldest brother. He's been standing around also drinking his boiled water. Nigel, so good to see you in such high spirits.
Oh, yes, Archibald. How are you today?
Very well, thank you. Now run along.
Yes, Archibald. Whatever you say.
Agatha, I hope you're well.
Thank you. I am well, and he is a very odd fellow, is he not?
He is interesting.
Yes.
I must say, I am finding this ball quite delightful.
Oh, yes, I am having a delightful time also.
Wonderful.
Do you like my dress?
Yes,
It's one of Rosalind's.
yes, I thought I recognized it. She has many dresses that she wears just once or twice. I think that may be one of them.
Yes.
So many dresses. But it suits you well. Suits you well.
Thank you, cousin.
Can I interest you in some more water?
Oh, yes.
Mine is freshly boiled.
Boiled?
I never drink anything but boiled water.
Oh, I have only ever had boiled water with my tea.
Oh, it's cool, obviously. I let it chill afterwards.
Oh, my mistake.
For the humours. It's better for my health.
In that case, then, yes,
Absolutely.
I
He takes
shall
out
have
a
some.
little hip flask of his own, with his own boiled water that he brings and pours this into a glass. Please, enjoy.
Thank
I must
you.
say I find the music quite rhythmic and enjoyable. It's nice to,
It's pleasing to the ears.
yes, it's nice to spectate, and it's lovely to see my brother and sister dancing and enjoying themselves.
Do not mean to interrupt, but I think there's a muffler on the floor.
Oh no. I'll have a look.
That'll be yours.
Could
Has
be.
everyone got one?
I've got one.
Yeah, because Rio
That's the
didn't have
missing one, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, carry on.
Yes, I notice you don't dance.
No, never have.
I agree. Such frivolity. Such frivolity is honestly quite unbecoming, I find.
Yes, I suppose that inevitably when I am married I shall have to dance, but currently I would rather
Oh, I always feel if you set a boundary with your future partner, they will respect it. Obviously,
Of course.
My
yes.
wife knows perfectly well I do not dance. Deign to disrespect that.
That is wonderful. I hope I shall find a husband as mutual as your wife.
Oh, I'm sure we'll make certain of it.
Have you seen Rosalind anywhere?
She was.
At this point, I sort of fix myself a little
Oh,
bit.
behind the pillar.
Adjust myself. Put my water down, and I re-emerge from behind the pillar. Oh, brother! I see you and Agatha have been talking. How lovely.
Yes, we're having a wonderful evening.
Yes, we seem to have a lot in common.
Oh,
We
yeah, of
both
course.
drink water and we both dislike to dance.
It's true. I don't know why I've never thought of the two of you conversing before. It makes such good sense.
Yes, would it not?
Yes. Well, I think I'm going to go and dance.
Wonderful. Do enjoy yourself in your frivolities.
Yes, I'm having a wonderful time. And then I go and again do that thing where I just look pretty at the side of the dance floor and I wait for somebody to come and ask me.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
All I'm saying, Seth isn't a strong man, but he could deck Nigel if he wanted to.
Oh, absolutely.
He might have to one day.
Talia could kill him.
Two little 5-foot boys scrapping against each other.
Ma'am, do I have to?
I'd like to see that. Both
Talia walks in, just dead.
Talia's one punch murder.
an equal number of hit points.
I feel like your hit points are like your damage for it is like 0.
Should be able to do 1.
I mean, Agatha's damage is 1. Come on.
1 is basic for a punch. So.
Yeah. I could have a club though if I wanted, but I assume I don't. I assume I don't have a club.
Reginald lets you have a club.
Yeah, probably not.
This 15-year-old boy.
So many suitors to choose from. As you're waiting to dance, Daniel John Dudley approaches you. Ah, Lady Rosalind, I see you're waiting for perhaps a dance partner.
Yes, I would love to dance.
Wonderful, let us.
Of course.
And how are you this evening?
Wonderful. You know
Good.
me.
Yes, I do. I feel like I know you well.
Yes, I always have such a wonderful time at these affairs.
I've noticed. You are always the light of these balls.
Oh, thank you, you're too kind. I do love balls.
As do I. Balls, balls, balls. I can't know. I must say you look radiant this evening.
Oh, thank you. You compliment me too much.
No, I think compliments don't go far enough. Your beauty is, as ever, astounding. It's almost beyond my capability to form words for.
Well, without words, it seems you are already something of a poet.
Oh, you are too kind.
I do try.
You know, I have spoken to your father.
You have?
Yes, I wrote to him just a week ago to discuss our arrangements.
Well, as you probably know, my father is away on business in London, and his correspondence has been a little
Intermittent,
irregular,
yes.
yes.
But I'm expecting a response any time now, and I feel his response will be good for us.
Oh, I see. Well, in that case, I hope he responds swiftly.
I think we will make a fine match of such equal suitability.
You are indeed a fine man, Mr. Dudley. Lord Dudley? What's his title?
He's the son, so I guess
Mr.
just son.
Dudley.
He's waiting for his dad to die.
But,
My father is not dead quite yet. No, that's not canon. Is it? Is it?
well, as you know, my father has lots of business to attend to, so
Mm.
I advise patience in these matters.
Of course, but not too much patience, one hopes. Time is ticking, is it not?
I suppose, and Papa loves me very dearly. Affairs of mine are, I'm sure, of quite high consequence to him.
Yes, we have spoken at length. He said how important it is that a suitable match is found for you, and I have put my case forward that I am perhaps the most suitable match in the village.
Perhaps, yes.
And then the song ends, and thank you so much for the dance, my dear.
Thank you, Mr. Dudley. It has been a pleasure as always.
As always, yes. Until we dance again.
Until we dance again.
And he moves back into the mingling of the others. Leave the party for a while. The lonely road, the crunching of shoes on gravel as you make your way back to the manor house.
That I do. In complete silence. Walking.
You get back to the house. One of the doormen opens the grand doors for you, lets you in. Evening, miss.
I'll just be in my room.
Shall I light a fire for you?
Yes.
I'll get straight on that. Just perhaps wait in the parlour for 10 minutes or so, and I'll get your room warmed up for you. I must say, I wasn't expecting you back so early. I apologise.
No, it's quite alright. I wasn't planning on leaving quite so early.
All is well, I hope.
Yes. Of course.
Excuse me, I'll be right on that. Scoots upstairs to your bedroom, and you're welcome to go down the hall towards the parlour. The drawing room, I should say.
I go in there and I sit, not knowing what to do. Feeling like maybe somebody might come in, but knowing that they probably won't. I just sit until he comes to tell me that the fire is ready.
Would Seth see?
It's up to you. You're in the house.
I think probably Seth was kind of milling around, just kind of waiting, and then just kind of saw you come in, and was like, "Oh, but like only saw you come in and had the thought of like, oh, but it's not my place to approach them in any way. But I kind of watch you from a distance, but like try to make it not too obvious." That's all Seth does, really.
Cool.
Yeah, that's probably all he does.
That's not creepy at all.
No, it's not creepy at all. It's just
a
kind of like,
child.
he's a child. It's just like something's up, something's going on over there. But it's not my place to do anything because I did get told off by Reginald earlier, so I'm not going to approach you.
Okay, back to the ball then.
Oh. I have one more bit.
Oh, you got one more bit?
Well,
Sorry.
I need to go to my room.
Okay, if you want to go. Yep, sure.
Does he lead me to my room?
Yeah, he comes down.
He comes to get me.
Yeah, comes to get your room is ready now. The fire is warming up. If you'd like to go.
Yes. I have something for you. As a thank you, because I have put you out because
thanks,
I
Oliver.
wasn't supposed to. Just and we walk while I just keep babbling. We get in and I find my pastries and I pull one out, and then now I have these back, so I find that and wrap it up and thank you.
Oh, thank you. That's very generous and kind of you. There's no need, but thank you.
Yes. Have a good night, sir.
Sleep well, Miss Talia.
I close the door, write in my journal for like 3 hours. I lie in bed, try and sleep, and I don't sleep.
Back to the ball then.
Can I look around and see if I can see... Is Gilbert still there?
Yes, Gilbert is
Okay,
there.
can I see if I can spot Gilbert?
Yep, Gilbert is just off to the side. He's sort of mingling with Archibald, with Colin, a couple of the other older men. Sort of, they're in a sort of congress.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to them.
Archibald notices his sister.
Brother, and Mr. Brunton, we weren't expecting you back for quite some time.
Miss Rosalind. It's lovely to see you.
You too. Forgive me if this is impertinent, but I was wondering if there was any news of my father.
Of your father, yes.
Yes.
Yes, he's well. I saw him this morning. In London before I left. We breakfast together at White's. Yes, no, he's well, busy, very, very, very busy.
I do understand. It's just so lovely to see you.
He said to send you his love.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. And Mr. Pentecost is well as well?
Yes, always in good spirits, Mr. Pentecost. You know Mr. Pentecost? Always in good spirits, yes. He's very boisterous.
And I don't believe we've been acquainted. That's to Colin.
Oh, yes, this is Colin Jefferson. He's to be Rosalind's husband.
I'm Rosalind.
Rosalind's, sorry, to be Talia's husband. Isn't that wonderful? I think I made good choices, and
I'm sure you did. You love your daughter very much, and
So
it
much.
is evident. It's lovely to meet you, Mr. Jefferson.
Yes, Miss Rosalind.
Miss Rosalind
is it?
Penhallow, yes.
Wonderful. Yes, it's lovely to meet you too. To make an acquaintance of Miss Talia is good.
Yes, we were very close once. You will be staying in the village, I presume.
Yes,
for some time.
A few weeks. Yes, I'm taking rooms at the inn. We'll be staying for enough time to get acquainted with Gilbert's lovely daughter.
Wonderful. Well, As you probably know, Miss Bronton is in residence with our family at the moment.
Yes.
So any time you wish to come and call, you would be more than welcome.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. I will. Yes, I would love to take you up on that offer as soon as you would find. I don't know the village at all, so.
Yes, well,
It
we
would
must
be-
make you feel very welcome.
Yes, Archibald and your brother Edwin.
Edwin, yes.
Yes, they've both deemed it appropriate that I should be able to visit and
Yes.
spend time in the village. And Edwin's offered to show me around the village. He's very friendly.
Yes, he is. And I'm sure my mother would be all too happy to have you for tea at some point.
Oh, tea sounds wonderful.
I will let you men get back to your business talk.
Thank you.
I'm sure I am wanted on the dance floor.
Oh, a pleasure, Miss Rosalind.
You too.
Yes, yeah, Miss Rosalind. Just one question.
Yes?
Where's Talia?
I'm sure I do not know. I did see her earlier, and I must confess she did say something to me of the arrangement, and she seemed rather flustered. But it is big news.
I feel she went home, but it is a good match, is it not? I did a good job, you think?
I'm sure you did.
I mean, I know that you take these situations very seriously yourself, and I think it is a good match, no?
I believe that as Miss Bronton's father, you will always have her best interests at heart. I trust any decision you believe to be a good one to be indeed for the best.
Thank you. Yes. Yes. She appears to have perhaps gone home. Perhaps the news was a little.
She does seem to do that.
I did not mean to surprise her quite so as I did, but she reads me so well, and yes.
It is just a surprise. That's all.
Yes.
I'm sure once the news has settled in,
A
things
happy
will be...
surprise, I hope. Just perhaps a little out of the blue.
Yes.
Yes. But do look after her for me while I'm gone. You promise?
Of course, Mr. Bronton. I will try my best.
Wonderful, because I hate to be away on business and not know that she would not be well taken care of if I'm on business for a long time.
You think you and I presume the others might be away longer than expected?
We are busy.
I understand. What do I know of men's business? I'm sure you are doing wonderful work.
We are doing our best.
Well, if I do not see you before you depart, I wish you all the best. It has been a lovely surprise.
Thank you, Miss Rosalind. It's always lovely to catch up with the family. I wish your father could have come with me, but he had pressing duties, and it was really only me that could escape, and I had also some arrangements I needed to make, some final. Yes.
I understand.
Have a wonderful evening. I will converse with your brother, and I think also I will retire early, I guess.
Yes. Well, I wish you all the best this evening and with the rest of your work.
Thank you, Miss Rosalind. Have a pleasant evening. Enjoy your dancing with your many fine suitors, I noticed.
Thank you. You too. And I go get some more water.
Archibald follows you. Yes, I've noticed many fine suitors this evening, Rosalind. I trust you're being discreet and showing some restraint towards the interest that you're being given.
Yes, of course, brother.
Because the matches that your father and I will choose for you will be of the most suitable. Not just anybody in the village that deems it appropriate to ask you for a dance.
I understand completely. Indeed, of course I do not know better than you or father, but besides the two of you, I am sure there is nobody who values more the need for decency and discretion in these cases, particularly with Papa away. I would hate to do anything that would bring shame to the family or to you or Papa, so I am being polite,
Yes.
but no more.
Between you and me, I believe Father has the Viscount in mind for you.
He does. Well,
He is He's working on that arrangement. It is not settled yet. There is more time to be spent with him and his father.
Of course, these things take the utmost consideration, and I respect that.
Yes, in the meantime, I would suggest you do not raise too many hopes in the village.
I will do my best to strike a balance of kindness and modesty.
Wonderful. Could I interest you in some water?
Yes.
As I am also at the water table, do I overhear this conversation?
He's been quite... Make a perception check.
Natural 20.
Hey.
Yeah, I guess you're lucky enough that sort of this corridor of sound opens up, and his voice just, because he's a tall man, his voice just carries straight over, and you hear every word. Archibald moves back to join the family in the talking.
I'm gonna sit and sort myself out a little bit after that interaction.
How are you, Rosalind?
Very well. I do love balls, as we all know.
Yes.
And you?
Yes, I am having a wonderful time. I see that you have been dancing with quite a few people.
Yes, you know how these things are. Without dance cards, it can get quite complicated, but I do my best to ensure that everybody is happy with the outcome.
Yes. I hope that you are not giving people the wrong impression.
I do try my hardest not to. I believe it is important for me to be polite and kind to the men of the village, but as my brother always says, it is important to defer decisions of the romantic nature to him and to my father.
I agree.
Yes.
I have left all suitors to my mother and father. I trust their interest and that they will find someone pious for me.
Yes, that sounds very wise. I'm sure
Yes.
that they will take every care to make a good match for you.
I saw you speaking with Mr. Bronton over there. Is he well?
Yes, he says that your father is well and in good spirits, and mine too. Though he seemed to almost imply that they would be gone longer than we initially thought. I believe that business in London is complicated at the minute with the recent events, but he assured me that all was well and they would be back as soon as they can.
I hope so. Father has not sent me a letter in a couple of weeks.
I am sure he is just busy. My father also has had a patchy correspondence, but we must respect that they are grown men with businesses and trials that we can never understand.
Yes. Well, I do sometimes wonder what it would be like in London. I have read about it.
Have you never been?
No, I've only ever been in Bledlow or Lyme Regis.
Sure.
I too have spent most of my life here. I visited London once as a small child, but I have very few memories of that.
Yes.
I am sure it must be an interesting place, but it sounds odd and dangerous compared
Yes.
to here.
Well, it's history.
Yes. There was some other news that came as quite a surprise.
Oh, yes?
Mr. Bronton has found a husband for Talia.
Talia, a husband?
Yes, ridiculous, isn't it?
Yes, quite.
You see the thin man, and I point him out.
Oh.
I believe they're Mr. Colin Jefferson.
I did see them dancing earlier.
Yes, they did,
Well.
didn't they?
He seems like a respectable man. I hope he shall show Talia the proper way of life.
I'm sure he will. I believe that he will be calling at Penhallow Hall several times in the coming weeks, so we must both be prepared to make him feel welcome.
Of course, I shall do that.
Yes. If you excuse me, it's rather hot in here, and I believe I just need a moment of air.
Yes, of course. Would you like some water? Your brother gave me some boiled water earlier. I don't know what is in it, but what's different, but
I believe he thinks it's something about the minerals or
the minerals.
He believes it's good for his health, perhaps for yours too.
Well, it tastes different than my usual chilled water.
I'm sure you will be okay. And I go out to the gardens just for a little breather.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're in the gardens. Yes, anything else you would like to accomplish at the ball?
I'm fine.
I can tell.
Can I do something? I know this is a while ago, but when I was kind of following, kind of following Talia, could I do now, because what I get isn't going to change what I've done, but can I do a perception or an insight check just to see anything? It's not going to change anything.
Just remember
I do.
insight checks.
I remember that's a thing that I can do. Can I do that? Because it's not going to change my actions.
Sure, do an insight check on the time that you saw Talia enter and go to her room.
Okay, I got 17.
Sure, yeah, you can see that there's... Well, it's really up to you. What does he pick up from your demeanour?
Sad, stressed, confused.
Sad, stressed, and confused. Okay, that doesn't change anything I do because it's not my place. Reginald had a go at me.
But you know.
But I know now, and I...
Like, world is falling apart.
Yeah, there's brief moments where I kind of walk past your door doing my duties and I kind of look and I'm like, no, that's not my... No. But, you know, it's not my place. Because you were nice to me and I feel bad. But it's not my place, as Reginald has drilled into me.
Okay, so the first ball of the village season draws to a close. The older patrons tend to leave slightly earlier, and at a time that's deemed suitable, your mother informs the family that it's time for you all to return to the manor house. Sort of not long after the older people start retiring. She obviously doesn't want you to be the last people at the ball. So you leave at a suitable time and start making your way back in the carriage. I think it's a couple of carriages, one for the men, one for the women. And you get back to the manor house around, shall we say, 10:30.
Well, I had a lovely night tonight. How about you?
Yes, it was a night full of surprises. But I had a lovely time, as I always do.
Yes, I could tell.
Mother, I trust you enjoyed yourself?
I did.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Did you speak to Mr. Bronton?
We conversed somewhat, yes. I'm aware of the new situation.
He passed on word from father.
Yes, he had some messages for me also.
Well, I am very tired from all that dancing and I think I must go to bed.
Sounds like a wise decision. Good night, girls.
Good night, Mother. Good night,
night, Miss.
Agatha.
Good night, Rosalind. I hope you sleep well.
You too, cousin.
Do I hear them come in?
Yeah, a couple of carriages and stuff. It's pretty loud.
I'm just being nosy. I think I creep to the top of the stairs and just look. Trying not to be seen.
Sure, make a stealth check then.
I was doing so well with this one. 11.
11.
Everybody's passive perception is
yeah,
11, isn't it?
Mine's 10, so...
So I guess if you want to see
Oh,
her...
my passive perception is 13.
Yeah, so everybody... No one's passive perception is below 11, except for yours.
Oh.
Where are you in the house when you're doing this?
Like at the top of the stairs.
Okay, well,
like
I'm-
wherever my room is.
Okay.
I'm like, while you're all, I'm
Yeah.
assuming, in the entry
Yeah.
bit,
Well, I've just excused myself, so I'm coming up the stairs.
I fucking bolt it.
Okay. I just sort of see a glimpse of you and I ignore it and very quickly just head into my room, close the door.
I'm still like peeking through my doorway.
Can I see... No, I can't see you, can I?
Can I see your room from my room?
I feel like it's on the same, wing of the house.
I feel like if I'm looking out, I could probably see it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Can I feel some eyes watching me?
Yeah, I mean, you can
You
just
saw
see
me.
her.
I
Yeah.
saw you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because
If
her
you-
stealth check is lower than your passive perception.
Okay.
She wasn't moving, so you wouldn't hear her. You could literally just see her up between the
I-
banisters.
As I go up the stairs, I make direct eye contact with you.
Oh no, if you're up after her, I've already pelted it to my room.
Yeah, that's true.
You would
Forget
have to make
that
it
then.
from down there.
Forget that then.
Okay. So, I guess at some point late in the evening, you'll get yourselves ready for bed and sleep. And then
I can't sleep. I walk out, go to knock on Rosalind's door, and then think better of it and go back to my room. Lie down again.
And wait for sunrise?
Pretty much.
Everybody else sleeps?
I read a prayer before I go to bed.
I
go to sleep.
I'm not sleeping very well because I've got a lot of different things in my head right now. So I read a Jane Austen novel until the early hours, and then I'm really tired and I fall asleep.
Which one?
Persuasion.
Of course. It's okay.
Yeah, Seth he feels a bit bad for not doing anything, but as soon as he lays down, he sleeps like a baby. He's like, oh,
He's had an exhausting day.
I should have probably done something.
Halfway through the night, Talia's like munching on a pastry, just like mindlessly, just
Stress
needing something
munching.
to do.
Oh, so the cock crows. I bet you love cocks
cool.
too.
Love balls and cocks. Rosalind is a very good girl. I don't know why I'm doing this.
So it is morning in Penhallow Hall. Some of you slept well, some of you did not. You hear the breakfast bell inviting everyone down for breakfast, obviously. Talia, you have plans today. The others not so much. But I feel like Talia told you she had breakfast with her father the next day.
I don't think you did.
I don't think
You
I did.
literally were just like, I'm getting married, and then you like ran away.
Yeah, so I'll probably come in and
Yeah.
say.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's morning. Breakfast has been laid out on the table. Fruits, cheeses, breads.
I come downstairs exactly on time, and I'm already dressed impeccably, and I'm already very ready for the day, and I have a completely new attitude. You would not be able to tell that I've not slept, and I just come downstairs and greet everyone nicely and take my normal seat.
Wonderful.
I come downstairs. I'm wearing a very plain, simple dress. I take my seat, pour myself a cup of tea with no milk, and have some fruit.
I get up from the bed that I've not slept in, realise that I'm still wearing the ball gown from last night, change out of that into one of my regular ones, carefully fold up the dress and like place it on the bed, and come downstairs into the breakfast room and see everyone. Everyone looks at me.
Yeah, so as you're making your way down, also your mother joins you, both your brothers join you. So you've got Archibald sitting at the head of the table, your mother just beside him, Edwin is standing, he's just got a plate in his hand, he's just walking around, pacing, looking out the window. Morning, sister.
Good morning.
Hope you slept well.
Yes, wonderfully.
The ball was fun, was it not?
It was lovely. I think I tired myself out with all that dancing.
You did, I saw you dance. I saw you dance with a lot of people.
I saw you dance, Edwin.
I love to dance.
You always have the most expressive movements on the dance floor.
I practice well. Agatha, I did not see you dance once.
No, I do not dance.
We will change
remember.
that.
Edwin, I really do think you ought not to push a lady when she has given a firm answer.
I'm just looking out for what's best for the family. Am I not, Archibald? Archibald does not respond. Mother, I just think that dancing is an important way for us to express ourselves.
Well, there are other means to self-expression.
That's true.
I like to think of dancing as a social engagement.
Exactly. It's a way to meet people, to make new friends.
Oh, I have enough friends.
Rosalind thinks that means her. She's like,
Well, I've got business at the mill, so I'm going to be leaving early this morning. And
already?
Yes, well, you know, got to strike while the sun is
Whatever
up.
do you have to do at the mill when you have one of your own?
In comes
No, that
Talia.
So there's 2 mills, and he works at the mill.
Where my father,
Yeah,
our
so
father owns.
he manages the mill that the Penhallows own, but he visits the other mill for business reasons.
I got confused. I
That's
thought
okay.
you were going to the other mill.
No,
My
just going to Father's mill, make sure everything's run spick and span, and well,
Will you be going through town?
through town. Yes, I'm going to take a horse down.
I'm meeting my father at the inn, so perhaps you could chaperone me there.
Yes, not a problem. Just hop on the back. We'll be fine. And And Georgiana sort of, I believe she'll take her own horse with her own saddle. Yes, mother. Yes, your own horse with your own side saddle, of course.
I'm not riding side saddle.
Mother, she's not riding side saddle. Talia. Appearances.
Yes. And I leave.
Well, what can you do, mother? And Edwin quickly leaves also to vacate any arguments. Come on then, let's go. I've got a horse almost ready.
I'm not riding side saddle.
No, you can just jump on the back of mine. It's fine, I don't care.
I can ride my own horse. I'm just not riding side
And
saddle.
I'm not taking two you can look after the horse then.
Yes, I'll tie it up outside.
But I've seen you ride.
Yes, and I ride well.
Do you?
I do.
Well, you certainly believe so that's not my problem. Okay, let's go. So you head off to the stables.
Carry on.
He wasn't until you said that.
We go to
I
the
always
stables.
was. What are you talking about? So you head to the stables, get a couple of horses ready, and head off down into town. I'm not going to make you make a horse handling check. It's a 10-minute walk. So. Anything else happening at breakfast?
Just a normal breakfast for me.
Cool. Okay, into town then, and down to the inn, which is I think it's just called the Bledlow Inn.
You will talk to me at some point about what we discussed last night.
Oh, the birds and the bees, young Talia. Of course. Do you girls
Not right now, of course, but
No, but do you girls not talk about these things when the men are not around?
I don't know what you mean.
You what? Sex, Talia. When you and this is like over. Yeah, no, I guess to say because you're too hot. You know how babies are made, right?
I know that a man and a woman get married.
Yes, sometimes.
And then
Usually.
and then sometimes there's a baby. Usually there's a baby. Something happens between them.
Yes, and you don't know what. No one's told you what the something is. Okay. I mean, if it falls to me, so be it.
Maybe not right now, though.
Right.
Okay. Bye.
So I guess your father hasn't. That would make sense, and your. Yes. Well, looks like we're here. So perhaps I'll see you this evening.
Yes. Probably.
Maybe I'll bring wine. That might help.
Okay.
Are you well?
Not really.
The marriage.
Yeah.
I did hear something about that. Collins is a fine fellow. I've met him. Odd, but fine.
I'm sure. I don't know him, is all.
How much do any of us know anybody when we get married? It'll be fine. He's rich. His father's very rich.
Yes.
And he's a nice fellow.
He is.
You'll be good. He'll be good by you.
Yes. What if... Never mind. I'll see you later. Leave.
As you wish. And he heads off down to the mill for a hard day's work.
Can we come back to breakfast at ours for a second?
Yeah?
So I've eaten enough, and I'm gonna just stand and
Respectable amount.
politely excuse myself. It's a very beautiful morning out, and I should hate to miss it. I think I will go on a walk. Agatha, you're welcome to join me if you wish.
Yes, I would love that.
Wonderful. Mother?
Yes,
May we?
of course. I think a walk would do lovely. Perhaps the gardens?
Perhaps. They are wonderful this time of year.
I do enjoy spring.
Me too. We have so much in common.
Yes.
Very well then.
So much in common, like enjoying spring, and we're related.
Well,
It was lovely talking to you, Mother. We'll be going then, but we shall be back before lunch, I'm sure.
I'm sure. Enjoy your breakfast. No, enjoy your walk. Just had breakfast. I hope you enjoyed your breakfast. That's what it was.
Yes.
Yes, it was lovely.
Indeed. Well, good morning to you, Mother. We'll be on our way.
Good morning. If you need me, I will be with Archibald discussing some of the house affairs.
Of course. And then we go get jackets, bonnets.
Can I do something? Because
Yeah.
I'll be around, like, I'm somewhere doing my duties and I see them pass. I look around, is Reginald anywhere? Because is Reginald anywhere nearby?
Oh, where's my dice? I haven't got my dice.
Oh no.
Chuck me a dice.
They're literally in your tray.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Is Reginald around?
Yeah.
No! Okay.
Reginald
You
is
can do a
everywhere.
stealth check.
As far as you're concerned, Reginald never. It doesn't matter where you look.
He's always there.
You're polishing a piece of cutlery. He's in the reflection.
Can I try and stealth and because I added nothing. I'm gonna try and
Yeah, roll your stealth check.
Oh
No
please,
stealth.
please.
You're gonna have to get over like 7.
Yeah, I'm
or
gonna-
something.
Not 20, not 20, not 20.
16 or 91. We could change it to a 91.
I think we'll stick with 16.
Okay.
And you you managed to evade him around a couple
Okay.
of tables.
Okay. So I very quickly run up to them and I go like, Miss Pentecost, Miss Penhallow, and I bow and I look up and I look both of you and I bow again and I'm like, I apologise. This is not my place. I know, and I will be very quick and I will continue with my duties. I just wanted to check that Miss Bronton was okay.
I am sure she's well.
Are you?
Why would she not be well?
Oh, I don't know. She just came home early last night, and I'm sorry. And I bow again. I get up and like yes.
It's all right. Your care for our family is admirable.
Yes.
Talia is engaged to be married. It's
Oh,
wonderful news.
yeah. That's so. It must. Okay. Yeah, of course. It must have been joy I saw, not
Yes, I'm
sadness.
sure.
I must have got my emotions confused. Sorry about that. Okay. Enjoy your walk, Miss.
Thank
Miss.
you.
And I bow again, and I bow again, and then I look to make sure Reginald doesn't see me sneak back to my duties, and I get back to polishing something.
What a strange young man.
He is very odd, but I believe his heart is in the right place.
Yes.
Everyone says that.
Seems to have taken a liking to Talia.
Didn't think about that. Perhaps. Shall we?
Yes, we shall.
And we just walk in towards town.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So the inn, you walk up the steps, the wooden steps, they're creaky. Push open the door, ding-a-ling-a-ling.
That was my bag of dice. My spare bag of dice.
Yeah, and make your way to the sort of reception area. The inn has a sort of dining area that you get to through the reception, and you are greeted by at the Bledlow Wayfarers Inn, a middle-aged man, friendly looking, approachable demeanour, a little twinkle in his eye that makes people feel at ease. He's sort of average heighted, he's got a round belly, thick beard, and looks generally just jovial. What can I do for you, Miss? It's Talia Bronton, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
I think my father's staying here.
He is.
I was supposed to meet him for breakfast.
Oh yes, he's not up yet. Well, come this way. I'll sit you down, and I'll go and fetch him for you. I'm sure he's probably getting ready.
Just before you go.
Yes.
I had quite a difficult night, and I fear I've got a rather difficult day ahead of me. You wouldn't have anything to perhaps take the edge off?
What do you...
He's an alcoholic, confirmed.
I have a little snuff. If you like. Just offers you some. I always find it helps. Right this way. He leads you into a sort of dining area. There's a few people there having their breakfast. It's fairly quiet. There's a couple of people serving. And there's an area that's more set apart for sort of more well-to-do customers. So he leads you up to one of these sort of booths, I guess. Wait here, and I'll see how far along your father is. And he brought other guests. Are they joining also? Is it Mr. Colin Jefferson?
I'll
ask him. I'll make sure. Yeah, please. Can I get you some water, some orange juice? We have some fresh in.
Yes.
Wonderful. So he leaves, gets someone to bring you a glass of orange juice.
Tell me that it has something else in it.
Does not have anything else in it.
Damn.
He heads upstairs to see about your father. You wait about maybe 8 minutes. Feels
I
like...
order a cup of coffee in that time.
Sure, yeah, you get a coffee. It's on the house.
I drink it very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Cool. After about 8 minutes, your father and Colin come down together into the dining area. Talia, dear. Oh, you're here already. I'm sorry. I didn't expect you quite so early.
Yes,
Wonderful.
I didn't expect us to have company.
Yes. Oh, 1 second. And he whispers into Colin's ear, and Colin sort of gives him a little bow and nod, and like, Lady Talia. And he departs. Better?
What?
He had some errands to run. Yes, busy boy.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Shall we? You haven't eaten, I presume?
No. No, I came straight here.
Great. They do have fine foods here. Whatever you want. Food.
I order food and 2 coffees.
2 coffees, sure. Coffee is very popular these days. Coffees, hot chocolates, a variety of different cheeses from around the country, some fresh fruits, toast bread.
Toast bread.
Toast and bread, and you get to choose. Whatever you want. So they bring over your food. The 2 of you sit down in this booth. So it's so good to see you. I can't believe it's been weeks, 6 weeks. 6 weeks, I think I counted.
Yes, an awfully long time.
Yes, but not to worry. It'll all be over soon, and we'll be back, and everything will be back to normal, and we can back to. Well, I guess not back to normal. No, but things will be good. Yes.
Of course.
Good.
He seems lovely.
He's very lovely. I know his father, and met at White's, and we went into, and I said, this is a lovely fellow. He's what a lovely fellow. He's so kind, and he's very clever, you know, and smart, and interesting. He's an interesting fellow, and I thought, do you know something? There's something about him that, yes, and so yes, and I thought it would be good. It is good, right?
Of course.
Wonderful.
He is the least objectable man I have met.
The least objectable. Wonderful. That's what I was aiming for. Yes, the least I said to myself, she will find this man the least objectable. I knew it.
Yes.
I've done good jobs.
You have. But if it doesn't, what if we don't like each other?
Oh, you will.
But what if we don't?
But you just will.
What if there's somebody else that he prefers?
No, there's nobody else he prefers. Colin is a interesting fellow. Yes.
Yes, you've said that.
As his father says, that no, he has not shown interest in anyone else. So, and he was worried too, and I was not worried. No, never mind. Yes, I think he will find you most delightful. As delightful, you are delightful.
Yeah.
How could he not?
Of course. Perhaps we should plan to meet then. Properly, I mean, not at a ball, as perhaps a walk somewhere.
Yes.
I assume you will be calling.
Yes, I would stay longer, but business. And so it was urgent, but I had to expedite things a little more than I wanted to, but I felt like
it won't be soon, will it? If we do get married, it won't be soon.
Not soon, but I mean not.
I mean, there's no rush, is there? Because
no rush, no. But he knows he has my blessing, and so whenever the two of you are ready, yes.
When we're ready.
Yes, I would never. No, of course, just when you're ready. But he is there, and his father has my future blessing. So if anything was yes.
If anything, what?
Nothing, no.
How far is the inn from the road into town?
You little snoop.
It's like 2 blocks away from the centre. Like it's a very small.
Okay,
well, it's not
so
small, but yeah.
so sort of on our way to the gardens, if I wanted to do a little swerve.
You'd have to go past the gardens to get to the inn.
Okay. I want to go to the inn and just see if I can see in the window.
Okay. So you're not going to be able to see in the windows because the whole inn is up. So the windows are higher. You'd have to go up the stairs, and if you want to see in, you'll have to go in to the inn.
Okay, so I drag Agatha to the inn. I realise that we can't see anything, and then I turn to you and I just say, I'm very sorry. I don't know what I thought. The garden is back that way.
Yes, I thought it was.
I apologise. It seems the dancing and the heat last night must have addled my brain a little.
Yes.
Shall we turn back to the garden?
Yes, that would be wonderful.
Sorry again for dragging you on.
No. It's all right.
Walk back to the garden.
Sure.
Just admire the flowers.
Yes.
Sit on a bench for a bit.
Breakfast is lovely, is it not?
Yes.
You always have the freshest fruits here, I find.
Yes, they're wonderful. I'm sure they're much nicer in Paris.
They actually are, yes. But, I mean, Paris isn't that good. I mean, there was just a war on, of course.
Of course.
It's nothing to write home about, obviously. But I will write home, obviously.
Yes.
And it'll all be over and we'll be back as soon as you know it. You'll barely miss me, and everything will be just fine.
Not true. I'm sure I will miss you terribly.
Well, I will miss you terribly too, of course. But we must say these things.
How long will you be gone for?
Oh, not long. Maybe just 3, 4, maybe 6 weeks. Maybe at most 6 weeks at most. I'm sure.
Okay.
Well, I'll write to you often.
Yes.
After every week, once a week, as long as there's a postal service, I'm sure I can write you a letter. I'm sure.
Yes. 6 weeks.
No more.
Sorry.
You're writing this down in front of him.
No, this is me writing it down to make notes for later.
And yes, everything will be. So you look just like your mother. Crazy.
So I don't remember.
I know. I know. But she would have been very proud of you. Very. Yes. But yes, no, she's gone, so yes. Breakfast in Paris. I will tell you all about it. I'll tell you what. I imagine they have all sorts of different fruits and pastries. I hear they're very good with the pastries in Paris. So No, pastries. Like the actual pastries. I'm not mispronouncing patisseries.
Sorry, carry on.
Wow. Anyway, as I was saying before, this bird was like in my ear. Yes, everything's going to be just fine, dear. Just fine. I just needed to see you one last time before I go on my adventure.
Adventure? How I'd love to go on an adventure.
Wes, I feel like, I mean, you have always been the adventurous type, I suppose. But, yes, and you're keeping up with all your practicing of the teachings?
Yes, of course.
Good. Your sword play? 'Cause that's always a fun excursion. I know you enjoy the fencing, so that's yes.
Although I don't think I'll be allowed to practice that while I'm here.
You're probably right.
Yes.
I
Perhaps I could get Edwin to fight with me one time.
Edwin, yes, Edwin is perhaps the most yes, Edwin. Perhaps not Georgiana or
No. And
no,
certainly not Archibald.
So no, not Archibald. He's so much like his father. Oh yes, so much like his father. Yes. Yes. And you're keeping up with your studies, I hope.
Yes, of course.
Your languages. You have always been so good at the languages.
Yes.
Good. And do you know, if you need to go home for extra books from the library, I'm sure Edwin will take you in a carriage. Yes, if you need more books, you have access to the library, of course. Yes, Jonathan will be there, of course, looking after the house, so he'll let you in. He'll be there. Yes. Anything you need, of course. The house will always be yours. That's why we have Colin. Shall I? Do you want to meet Colin again now, or? No. He'll give you space. He'll come later. Maybe tomorrow.
Yes,
he can come to that house. I'll tell him.
That seems like the more proper thing. I think Rosalind would say.
Yes, Rosalind. Rosalind will. Yes, Rosalind. She's got a smart head. She'll look after you. Yes, I'm sure. You've always been best friends with Rosalind, and that's wonderful. I'm so glad that you could stay there this summer.
Yes, me too.
So I have to go soon. My carriage will be here. Back to London. So I guess we enjoy our breakfast together, and yes. Then I leave. But not for long.
6 weeks.
6 weeks. Just a quick adventure off to Paris and back again. Yes. Or maybe Rome. But no, it's fine. Yes. Yes. Yes, they're gonna get the carriage ready. So we'll finish our breakfast.
Yes. I think I need one more cup of coffee.
Yes. Oh, energy boost, I guess. You slept well?
Of course.
Make a deception check.
13.
I need more dice again. I can't believe I don't have my dice with me.
Do you want me to get them out?
I'll get them in a bit. We'll take them on the break. Just keep them. You don't fucking dice. Very well. Okay, and then you finish up your breakfast together. Is there anything more you wanted to say to him, or is it just chit chat?
I don't know. I think that's all, I suppose.
You finish breakfast. His luggage is brought back down for him. You notice that out the corner of your eye. You can hear a carriage pulling up outside. This was wonderful. It was so good to see you again. He reaches up and he sort of pinches your cheek a little, like he used to when you were like 8 years old. Well, I mean, goodbyes are never. I mean, not. Yes.
I'll see you soon.
Soon. I promise.
Okay. I love you.
Yes, I love. Yes, Talia. I love you too. And he gets up into the carriage, knocks on it, and it pulls away across through the market. No, not through the market square. You're to the south. South, out of the village, around a bend, and the dust and the sound of horses and the wheels clacking on stones fades into the distance as you say goodbye to your father for the last time in 6 weeks.
I stand there for a minute, get myself together a little, and I head towards the gardens where the snowdrops were.
Mm-hmm.
Not taking anything in.
Yep, you get to the gardens. There's a sort of small hedgeway entrance that you go through, so like it kind of all these sort of ivy and hedge plants, and it's almost set out like a maze. It's not a maze, but like, you know, you have that sort of, it's a square garden, and then within it you have another square that has like right angles and gaps in between and that sort of stuff. In the very middle is a statue of a Greek goddess. I think it's Athena. She's standing there holding her hand out. There's a couple of benches there, and I guess you don't notice quite straight away, obviously, there's tears in your eyes, but when you sort of sit down, you see you're sitting opposite Agatha and Rosalind. They're the sort of...
I thought that I would sit and pull out my journal and start writing.
Yeah, they are... So the statue is a square plinth, and you can kind of see their shoulders and legs on one side, and you're the other.
Are we facing away or towards?
You facing each other, but with a statue in between.
So have we noticed that it's her?
Yes.
Okay.
You may not have noticed it was them, but you know there were people sitting on the opposite bench. You just haven't looked around to take them in.
And I sit down and I take out my journal.
Is that Talia over there?
I believe so. I'm not sure if we should go over or if she would prefer to be alone.
She was very tearful.
She just said goodbye to her father. I've never quite known a father to love their child the way that Mr. Gilbert Bronte loves her.
Yes, They have been close these past few years, haven't they?
Yes, and you and I both know how difficult it is to say farewell to a father.
Yes.
I think perhaps we should leave her alone for a moment.
Yes, perhaps we shall.
And I'm just going to get up and walk sort of to the edge of the inner wall and just start looking at the flowers.
Okay. So we're going to do something a little different now. We're going to fast forward. Time jumping forward. We're going to fast forward around a month. So during that month, is there anything of importance that you guys would like to have done?
Seth has definitely kind of tried to keep his nose down because he's fed up of getting in trouble with Reginald.
Getting better at your job.
Getting better at actually working, because he's realised the reason why he got in trouble is because he wasn't good enough yet. Mm-hmm. So in his mind, if I'm good enough, then I can do better things. Mm-hmm. So that's what he's trying to do. But every once in a while he does, bow to the three lovely ladies, and he did congratulate Miss Bronte on the marriage, and yeah, it's just trying to keep his nose down and not get in any more trouble.
Mm-hmm. I believe there's a birthday.
Yes. So my birthday is 21st of April. Mm-hmm. So has that happened or is it upcoming?
That'll be upcoming then. So perhaps we'll land on your birthday. So between now and Agatha's birthday, reading. Mm-hmm. Embroidery.
I've been writing to the Viscount Sellingham. We've sort of established more of a steady correspondence.
Interesting. Yes, I'm sure your brother would approve of.
Yes, it's all very above board, very here and there, small talk letters, but they're becoming regular.
I believe you wrote to your father during that time.
Yes.
Would you like to share your letter?
Do you
I
have
really thought it was 2 pages.
That's a lot.
Yeah. It's a big page.
Okay.
Dearest Papa, first I must thank you most fervidly for your heartfelt letter. We miss you terribly, and to simply see your handwriting on paper is a comfort to us all, no more than I. I am very glad to hear that His Majesty's funeral was not too distressing, and that you and others in attendance were able to take comfort in the event. I have been praying most compassionately for the souls of the departed king and the new king, the beloved regent, for whose suffering my heart could almost break in two. I pray also that the disruption in London causes no further delay to your business. You work so tirelessly for us, and no doubt yearn for your home. Thoughts of you and your dedication to your work, especially in these trying times, fill me with pride and admiration. Furthermore, I pray you feel no anxieties for me in your absence, for I am of a stronger disposition than I may appear, and can withstand much. With Miss Pentecost and Miss Bronton staying, and Edmund and Archibald both home, Penhallow Hall is livelier than ever before. Edwin visits the mill frequently, and aids Archibald in overseeing your tenants and labourers. Mamma frets over the boys terribly, but I trust in the excellent tutelage you gave them, and the farms appear to be flourishing. I care for Mamma as best I can, and remind her gently and often that you know yourself and our capabilities, and would only ever act with our best interests at heart. It is such a blessing to live our lives securely in the knowledge that our patriarch is so capable. Not all women are afforded this blessing, I remind her. Perhaps as a result of this stress, or perhaps something of her age and sex, Mamma has been particularly reticent in aiding my endeavours of late. Just last week, she quite adamantly refused my request to have my old pelisse replaced and seemed unwilling to allow me a new bonnet, despite the many social events I am expected to attend this spring. It is in these moments I yearn for your level-headedness and clear power, cutting through our silly feminine squabbles. I do hate troubling you with such feminine, trivial matters, but it seems astute, as the state of the town recently has been one of great attentiveness to my personal affairs. This is not to speak ill of anybody, nor suggest gossip. I do believe such curiosity is natural, as the question of my courtship is of passionate interest to many men in the community. The common word around town is that multiple proposals are to be made to me in the near future. I, of course, shall continue to politely and prudently deny any such activity until the time you return, as I could not possibly commence with any true, deep courtship without the full understanding and approval of my father. However, with such unwavering attention fixed on me so much of the time, I do believe it important to present a good image, and so I do continue to worry about the old pelisse and the bonnet. My only wish in this life is to be a credit to the name of Penhallow. I cannot excel in business or great feats of bravery and cunning as my brothers can, so these small markers of social excellence bear a great depth of meaning to me. The Honourable Viscount Edward Sullingham continues to keep my correspondence reliably. He speaks of sending for me to visit London come autumn, chaperoned, of course. I have yet to offer a reply, as once again I require your insight and advice before I take any possible action, but it does make me wonder if your paths may have crossed. He is a good, hardy sort of fellow with a strong and sensitive heart, and I am sure the King's death has been as troubling to him as to us. I shall trouble you no further with my own thoughts and feelings, as they are of little consequence. The weather here has been gloriously bright, and your favourite trees are beginning to blossom, though the cold endures. I am grateful for you, and hold you in my thoughts every day. Your loving daughter, Rosalind.
Probably takes about 2 weeks for a response to your letter. It comes in a package of letters addressed to various members of the household. Yes. And yeah, there was a letter included for you as well. If you'd like me to read the response for you. My dearest Rosalind, it is a comfort to receive your letter and know that all is well at Penhallow Hall. I trust that your brothers are doing their duty and that your mother is coping with the responsibilities of managing our estate in my absence. I appreciate your concern for my business in London, but rest assured that the current disruptions will not impede my progress. I have already made arrangements to ensure that our affairs continue without interruption. I understand that you have been receiving attention from suitors in the community. It is important that you conduct yourself with decorum and maintain the dignity of our family. As for Viscount Sullingham, I have met him briefly a number of times now, and he has struck me as a rather ambitious individual, but it is not for me to interfere in your personal affairs. You should exercise caution and seek my advice before making any decisions, however. I trust that you are taking good care of yourself and your mother. Do not worry about trivial matters such as clothing, as long as you present yourself appropriately in public. Remember to always act with the dignity befitting a penhallow. With affection and respect, Father.
And keep that letter safe in my bedroom on my little shelf with all my like treasured things.
Let's see. Anything else? You guys, are you writing any letters?
Yeah, I'm writing to my father every week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure Mr. Jefferson has called on me.
Yes.
And several times in the middle of the night when I've not been able to sleep, I have gone to knock on Rosalind's door and once again thought better of it and left.
I have... Oh, carry on. Sorry.
And I took the rest of my bag of pastries down to all of the servants. And it's
How many was left?
Nice.
I think there's 9.
9. I took 3.
I know that there's not enough for all of you, but here you go. And I slipped you one on the side.
Yeah. So I definitely got one.
So there's 8. And
Okay, yeah.
You got
cool,
one.
Cool. Sweet, brilliant. And that was the best thing I ate that day. That week, probably.
I write letters to both my mother and father. Mother replies, father's replies are very scarce, and it upsets me a little because it reminds me of when a friend's letters once stopped. But I carry on with my day, and I just wait patiently for a letter to finally arrive.
Did I get letters every week?
You get letters, to begin with every week. So far every week. You get not a long letter, it's usually, you can just about read his handwriting. And that's usually full of encouragement, letting you know that, business is tedious, he doesn't want to bore you with the details. You get letters from your father too, occasionally. I would say you've had 2 in the entire time. And they are probably the most boring letters you've ever read in your life. He talks about himself a lot. Probably about midway into April, so mid-April, you're all at breakfast. And Georgiana and Archibald join you at the breakfast table. Rosalind, dear, your brother and I have a request for you.
For me?
Yes, we think now that you are all of an appropriate age, especially with Agatha, your birthday coming up soon, having turning 18, and Talia soon to be wed, we thought perhaps, especially with your father away and the organisation falling to myself and Archibald, that perhaps you would be interested in organising the May Day fete.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I would be honoured to, Mother.
Yes, as you know, this is something we've always undertaken as a family.
Yes.
And it will be important. And I trust all the 3 of you will be up to the task.
Of course, madam.
Yes, I suppose I shall.
Wonderful. Well, you can associate with Archibald as much as you need to understand where to take things, and I will leave it in your hands then. Don't disappoint me.
Of course not, Mother. We will do our best to make Bledlow proud.
I'm sure you will. Your very best.
Yes. Thank you for entrusting us with such a wonderful, wonderful task.
Yes, the people of the village will be looking forward to this. Don't let them down.
I won't.
Good. So that's the end of...
Well, should we take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
Sounds like a good time.
Welcome back. Should we just keep going?
Yes.
No one
Yeah.
cares. It's still
Remind
just
us
like-
where we left off.
That's a good question. I was eating lunch.
What did you have?
Crisps.
Crisps. Good
And
crisps.
some ginger biscuits.
Respectable, respectable.
Yeah, cheese and onion sandwich.
Oh, and a cheese and onion sandwich and a gin and tonic.
Slay.
Slay.
Yummy.
And now I'm having a coffee. Okay. Okay. So we landed on a breakfast where your mother and eldest brother had asked you to take charge of organising the village fete for May Day. A lot of pressure. That would be fine, right? What could possibly go wrong? And that's kind of it. Like, they've dropped you on. They've just given you this position of responsibility to prove yourself as part of the family. And I'm sure you will rise to the occasion. All three of you. I'm sure none of you will be a disappointment. Let's go.
How many days is it until May Day?
Yeah, this is very poorly organised. It's about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it the 20th of April?
Yes.
Fab.
Okay.
So it's about 11 days.
Okay.
I mean, everyone knows the fate was coming up anyway, so people are organising for it. They're just asking you to take over literally bringing it all together
Yes.
at this point. Not asking people if they want to be in it and things. Obviously, that's all.
So it's more administration, checking
Yeah,
that everything
the
is okay.
logistics, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just over a week and a half away.
Well, that's fine. We can do lots of things in a week and a half, can't we?
What, organise an entire fair?
Well, things are, I'm sure, in place already. Those who are participating, I believe, know they are participating. It simply falls to us to arrange, I suppose, times and dates and things like that. Yes.
Okay.
I believe my mother or Archibald would have the list of people involved.
Archibald will.
Okay. So I suppose we ought to fetch that from Archibald.
Yes. Let's go see Archibald.
To go up to his study, I assume he has a
Sure.
study.
Yeah, his old bedroom is now his study that he can use when he's
makes sense.
converted it over while he's staying. Enter.
Archibald,
Yes.
we've just been informed by Mother that we are to take charge of the May Day event.
Yes, I was there.
Oh, yes, you are. I was wondering if you had a list or inventory of people involved that we may need to contact.
Yes. Let me see here. It's a number of papers. He sort of starts to shuffle around the desk, pulls out, a sort of a small stack of papers and hands them over to you. There you'll find all the invitations to various stall owners,
Yes.
bills for things that we've paid for. You'll probably want to speak to Uncle George at some point because he's expressed interest in running a sermon on the day.
And I suppose that ought to be in the morning before the festivities.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, I
Yeah,
believe.
really get everybody.
So I didn't catch that.
Oh, nothing at all.
I believe quite a large musical element has been involved.
Yes.
A orchestra from out of town has not volunteered, but they have. Yes, I believe they'll be coming, and I believe I'm in charge of the payments. I expect I'll be able to manage that. But yeah, so music, dancing, food. You've been before.
Of
You know the
course.
usual.
Let's hope the orchestra can get in better than the choir to your brother's wedding.
Well, they got there in the end, didn't they?
Yes.
Will you be in attendance, Archibald?
Yes, I believe I'll put in an appearance, I imagine. I'm especially inclined to join in with the festivities. The coconut shy always interests me. It's nice to get some interesting coconuts from the Americas.
Oh, I have not played that game before. Perhaps you could teach me?
Yes, it's quite a simple thing. You take a
Nothing-
ball, you throw the ball at the coconut, and if you hit it, it falls off. And I must say it's quite exhilarating when one hits the coconut and wins a small prize.
Well, that seems like a very well-to-do game.
Yes, it is rather fun.
We often play cricket, of course. There will be, yes, perhaps I will be better sorting that. But the men's cricket game.
Yes.
Yes,
That does seem something more appropriate for you.
I'll leave it up to Edwin. Edwin is good with these things.
Of course, yes.
He knows a
Edwin
lot of the
is-
men in town.
Yes,
so.
he does.
So what was there?
Nothing.
Right. Okay, yes, he's quite friendly with a number of the cricketers.
Yes.
A number of the sportsmen in the village. So, yes, I'll leave that up to him. I mean, cricket is a wonderful game. I always enjoy the cricket. Perhaps you should watch it too. The rules are a little complicated for a lady, but like
I don't understand it, but I know Archibald plays wonderfully.
Yes, Archibald is very good with the cricket.
Speaking yourself in third person, that's
Right.
insane.
Well, yes, what you referred to me as it confused me. Yes, I play a little cricket. A little. I'm more of a spectator myself. I find the whole thing a little exhilarating, but I certainly enjoy spectating, and
I am most certainly a spectator.
of course, I would imagine so. Could I interest you in some water before you go? Freshly boiled some.
I'm all right, brother, but thank you for
it's
the
from
offer.
it's from the spring. The minerals are good for one's health.
I will gladly take some.
Oh, wonderful. Here, he passes you a chilled glass of spring water, freshly boiled.
Thank you.
That's not freshly boiled.
Whatever, it was boiled today.
Then cooled down.
Yes. When one says freshly boiled, obviously I don't mean it's boiling. It's been boiled and allowed to cool in the cellars.
If I had a freshly boiled cup of tea, I would expect it to still be
Men know
It's
so
all-
much about science.
It's all about context, isn't it? The context of freshly boiled water is that it's now cool. Obviously, I wouldn't drink boiling water.
I had this conversation with Archibald at the ball last month. I got confused.
Yes, we
as
did.
Well.
I remember.
Did he speak to you as if you were thick as well?
So, Archibald, you
I
were
think she's just comely.
you were assuring me that the payments have all been made and are in place. That's not for us to arrange.
Yes, the bills will come. Oh, obviously, of course not. Of
Yes.
course not. I wouldn't expect you to have to deal with such matters.
Yes. So the simple tasks of us are to ensure everybody knows what they are doing at all
Yes,
times.
and I imagine on the day, just to sort of.
Yes, we'll be there to
sure people
oversee.
Yes, yes. There is the matter of what do they call it? Is it the princess of the village?
The May Queen.
The May Queen.
Yes.
Yes, that's it. Probably it will be up to you to choose a winner, an appropriate winner.
Yes, of course. Highborn girls are still not permitted to win.
Correct. Yes.
That makes sense. Well, we shall have
As far
great
as I'm
fun
aware,
with
there's
that.
no little highborn girls that would be eligible. Anyway, only
I suppose that's true.
the three of you and your 17, 18, and my gosh, it's your birthday tomorrow, isn't
Tomorrow,
it?
yes,
You
18.
really should. Yes, I'm sorry, that slipped my mind.
Well, we ought to.
Would you like perhaps a fresh bread or cake?
Oh,
Bread.
I.
We could organise maybe some sweetbreads for you. I feel.
Oh no, that would not be necessary. I do not indulge myself, even on
No, of course.
days as important
Well, we
as.
ought to have
but if-
some sort of celebration. I would hate for you to spend your whole birthday working on our May festival.
Yes, I will arrange a suitable birthday party. We call it, don't we?
Yes.
Birthday party for you. Leave that with me. I have time. on my
It can
hands.
be as sedate as you would like. We need not have any dancing.
Yes.
No dancing, please.
Oh no, of course I would not. Dancing on one's birthday seems unbecoming.
And no drink either.
Well, I mean, I will be able to provide plenty of water if that's what. Yes, I mean, obviously we will drink. Coffee, tea,
Yes.
water.
Yes.
Whatever.
And perhaps we can all sit around and read our Bibles and have a wonderful time.
That sounds
That
wonderful.
does sound
Yes,
wonderful.
of course.
Yes. I'll-
Such a good
I'll-
idea, Talia.
Yeah.
I'll make a note to invite George
What's the
over
fuck
for the morning.
sound?
You remember Uncle George, don't you?
Oh yes. Yes. I remember him from my brother's wedding.
Yes.
Yes,
of
he was
course you do.
rather unfortunately unwell that day, but I am sure he is in far better
Yes.
spirits now.
So I'll...
Of course, we don't want to trouble him at all.
It will be
He's
no
got
trouble.
so much to plan for with the May Day coming up. I'm sure he wants to plan that in advance. Of course, he wouldn't want to come to something like this. I'm certain of it.
No, I'm quite sure he would enjoy coming to the boat. It's been quite some time, and he's expressed quite the interest in catching up with you girls, and yes, I believe you would find his tutelage quite interesting. He has informed me as such.
If that's what you think is best, brother, then that is what we shall do.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Any questions?
Just let us know what time the arrangements are to be made for Agatha's birthday tomorrow, so we know to be done with all our errands on time.
Yes. What time would you like your birthday celebration to commence?
Well, early evening, should be
Yes,
alright.
I mean that will give us plenty of time to perform whatever tasks we need.
Yeah, shall we say 6 p.m. and then we can be finished by 8 p.m. sharp?
Yes, sounds wonderful.
Wonderful. Yes, that seems suitable. Yes, 6 till 8 p.m. sharp. That gives you plenty of time to be well rested in the evening.
Definitely.
Wonderful.
Remind me again how long your party went on for, Rosalind.
Well, that was quite a night. I mean, myself and the other ladies left at an appropriate time. I believe Mother called us away at 10:30. I'm not sure how long you gentlemen went on for after.
Oh, I was in bed at 10, yes.
Yes, well, not all of the gentlemen are as well behaved as you.
That's one
Yes, I've noticed.
Well, I suppose we
It's
better...
important for one to get a good night's sleep. Eat healthy, sleep healthy, have a healthy life.
Of course.
There's much in this world that requires one to be healthy.
Yes, indeed. Wisely spoken.
Yes.
Well, we'd best let you get back to your business.
Yes, I have some letters to write, and then I shall be heading out on some errands this afternoon. If you need me, I will probably be visiting Edwin at the mill and going to a couple of the farms to collect rents, which were a little behind recently. Also, I need to stop in at the library. So, yes.
I could go to the library for you.
That's very generous of you to offer. Yes, okay, that would be suitable. One moment.
Well, what needs doing at the library?
I have a couple of books that I'm having delivered and they need to be collected, so I will just write that down for you. And, yes, he passes you a slip of paper that he's just written. It's got a couple of books written on there.
Do I need to know the names of the books?
No, not yet, because I haven't made them up. I can't think that fast. Yes, feel free to pick them up and then bring them to my study. Thank you.
Of course, thank you for your help, Archibald.
Yes, okay, thank you.
You go, close the door. Right, well, I suppose we better look over what needs doing. Agatha, have you ever attended the May Day celebrations here?
Oh, I believe I did when I was younger, but...
Yes, I remember then, but not recently.
No, and I usually just stayed by the side and observed.
Well, I've always enjoyed them. It's a beautiful time of year, and the flowers are always in the most lovely bloom, and the colours of the maple it's really a lovely event in the year. So, let me just make a note of all the things that need doing. We need to check in on the flower arrangements, of course. The ribbons for the maypole, Miss Susan Green, of course.
I'm going to go to the library. I wouldn't want to keep Archibald waiting.
Well, he didn't seem in a rush for them. I believe if we...
He didn't seem to not be in a rush.
Well, if we all go together, then we can perhaps accomplish some of our tasks along the way. We need to check on the flowers, the ribbons, the music, food and drink. Yes,
And
I
now
believe
I
that's
can
a
go
good
to
start.
the library.
Yes, let's go.
as you go to leave, Seth is standing there. And he goes, Miss Pentecost, and he bows with more confident, like a slightly more confident bow, but still way too low. Like he's still going way too far in the bow, but he's like, he's more confident in it. Lady Bronton, Miss Bronton, bows again, still way too low. Miss Penhallow bows again. Is like, I have been informed by Reginald that I am allowed to accompany you on your tasks.
Well, I am sure you will be very useful today.
Of course,
We've got plenty to do.
Anything I can do, I am willing to help.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Do I believe that he's been allowed to go?
Insight check.
Sure.
Ooh.
Yeah, make an insight check.
I'm not going to bother insight checking. Rosalind just assumes that when people tell her things, they're true.
16.
You telling the truth?
Let's go, shall we? Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm. No.
I'm not going to say anything.
No. I've been told I have jobs I need to do, but...
And do you like those jobs?
No, those jobs, though they will be done.
Just not right away.
Just not right away.
Mm-hmm.
It would be unbecoming for these 3 high-standing ladies to go by themselves, obviously. Yes. So, as someone who's been working...
Yeah, so make a stealth check.
Natural 20!
Nat 20, baby! The Saturday out part 2!
I give you like a knowing look.
And then I
say nothing more.
And I bow again and like, let's...
Rosalind's just doing up her bonnet. She's just like, isn't it a lovely day?
So happy. That was the happiest. Okay, cool. So...
Well, let us go then. We head into town. I suppose if you are eager, we can pop into the library first.
Well, I wouldn't want to bother you with anything like that. I'm sure I can go and get it, and you could do the other things. And the faster we get it all done, then the faster it'll all be done, and it'll all be done.
Something else you want to do at the library, Talia?
No, not at all.
You seem to be in a rush.
Well, no, it's just Archibald wanted to get his books, and so I thought I would get them
I
done.
suppose, but Archibald did seem rather busy with all his things today. I'm sure it's not...
So wouldn't it be best if you got home and they were already there?
Well, of course, but you must meet us back as soon as you can.
Well, of course.
Fine, I suppose we ought to go and check in on the flowers first.
Yes.
Yeah, so...
I'll meet you at Miss Green's.
Of course.
Miss, do you feel comfortable going by yourself?
I'm sure I'll be okay.
It is only a short way away, and besides, I believe the librarian is a woman, so... It's
okay.
all right.
Yes.
So,
flowers.
so back to the flower stall.
Who's going first then?
I mean, you said flowers, so off you go.
Flowers.
Okay. I guess...
Is there an adult flower seller, or do we have to
Is it the little
negotiate
girl
with
again?
the little girl?
What day of the week is it?
It's a Thursday.
It's Thursday. Market's not on a Thursday.
Is that... Who
So-
else provides?
Is there a florist?
Or is there a gardener, maybe? Someone from the gardens that we would provide flowers for the May Day?
I mean, I suppose if you need flowers and there's no one selling flowers, then you would probably have to shop around, so to speak, see someone that's willing to give you flowers.
Because
Maybe
in my head there was like a florist.
Yeah. That's
Like
what
a
I'm
flower
thinking.
arrangement thing.
I guess check your notes that you've been given by Archibald to see if anyone has been paid for flowers. I suppose they're not actual notes; they're in your head.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretending
okay.
to check them because that's how I work.
Just had to check.
Yeah, I know. Yes, I believe that there is a representative of the village gardens is providing the flowers for us since all the spring blossoms are out. The natural look is quite in this year, I believe, in Bath and in London. So, yes, I suppose we ought to head... I suppose the town hall would have the office of whoever is like in charge of the administration for that.
There'll be someone at the town hall that could tell you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Shall we go there
off to
then?
the town hall then?
Yes.
When we head off to the town hall.
Right, okay, you get to the town hall, the village hall.
Yeah.
So currently the I forget what you call the sort of council leader of a
Like a mayor.
not of a village. No, you don't get a village mayor. There's a P word. Anyway, it's William Brown. William Brown is the sort of village leader at the moment. He was elected in the autumn.
The Blood MP.
Yes, for the very small parliament. So William Brown, it's not a serious affair, so he is in his office. Oh, he stands up. Oh, Miss Penhallow, what can I do for you?
Mr. Brown, good day. Myself and my cousins have been tasked with the great honour of overseeing organisations for May Day.
Oh, wonderful. I have been in touch with your mother and your eldest brother.
Yes. We have seen in the notes that the village gardens are officially providing flowers to display around the maypole.
I believe that's the
just wanted to check in with that and ensure that everything is going as it needs to be.
Yes, let me just see what... He opens the drawer. Let's see. Yes, I believe a number of the farms have volunteered to provide flowers from some fields they've set aside to be harvested. I imagine they'll be fresh, of course. So I imagine if you check with Edward Young, his farm, the Young's farm.
Yes.
And I believe the Clark's farm, William Clark. I imagine you could probably pop by to their farms and double check that the flowers are growing, I suppose.
Yes.
And ready to be harvested in...
I should hope they are growing.
Yes, I should hope so too. That would be terribly inconvenient if they weren't, wouldn't it be?
Yes. Well, yes, we shall be sure to check in.
Wonderful. Is there anything else I can do for you while you're here?
Thank you. I believe everything else ought to be in our notes. If there's anything that has changed in the time since you spoke to Archibald.
No, we've been in regular contact, as such as his busy schedule
Yes.
will allow.
We have it down here that the inn is providing food and drink for the event.
Yes, they usually do every year. I believe
Yes, and
also
the bakery, of course.
Sally's will be providing cakes. There'll be a number of stalls from local villagers who are showing off their baking abilities. I believe they sort of organise themselves. You'll just be, I suppose you'll be in charge of making sure tables
on the day,
are
yes,
out.
we'll arrange.
Speaking of tables and of course the maypole and chairs and other things, that if you come to me, I guess the day before, I will make sure there are many strapping young men who can empty their loads onto the lawn.
Yes, that sounds
Seth
good.
straightens his back like, that's a job for me.
Perhaps one of my brothers, Edwin, this sounds like something that he should be involved in helping.
Yes, Edwin's always keen to help out with the men. Yes, I had a look over storage and everything. There doesn't seem to be any problems. The ribbons of the maypole are looking a little worse for wear. I did inform your brother. I haven't heard back about that. Perhaps he has something in your notes, but I suspect we need new ribbons.
Yes, it does look like that's the case.
I believe the Morris dancers are volunteers from the village. You would probably be best checking it in with Reverend George about that. I believe they've been, your uncle of course, I believe they've been practising at the church. I believe it's a number of the bell ringers. So just, I would double check that they're on schedule, I imagine. I know the Reverend is keen also to be delivering an opening sermon to open the festivities, such as they are. Yes, it's been quite the relief to have your brother handling things, while I sort of handle the day-to-day village. And of course, the sponsorship that we are so very grateful for. If you could pass on our thanks from the whole village, really.
Yes, of course.
I mean, I have thanked him before, but it's never, you can never thank too few times when money is involved.
Yes.
Not that you need to be worried about that sort of thing.
Of course.
Of course, I apologise. Yes, anything else that I can help you with?
I believe that is all we've covered. Flowers, the ribbons. Oh, it's the musicians, I believe, are coming in from another village.
Yes, we have an orchestra coming in from one of the towns,
Yes,
which is wonderful.
However, Agatha's brother was married, as I'm sure you remember, not too long ago,
Yes.
and there was some trouble with the choir getting here.
Yes, and that was a broken down carriage, I believe.
Yes.
If memory serves me correctly.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, the orchestra is some 20 strong people. They'll be coming in multiple carriages. I imagine they are well versed in the logistics of touring,
Wonderful.
such as they are. Yes, I've seen them play in one of the local towns myself. I think we're in for quite the treat.
Wonderful.
Quite the treat.
I can't wait.
Yes. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much again for providing.
No, it's the least we can do.
The village is always thankful for your patronage.
Well, we are thankful for the village and all it provides for us and our families.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Anything else?
I believe that's it, but we may pop back to check in and
Of
keep
course,
you updated on how things are going.
anytime. I'm not too busy.
We shall try to bother you as little as possible.
Oh no, it's quite alright. Bother me as much as you like. There's nothing nicer than being bothered by three fine young ladies such as yourself.
There's two here.
Two fine young ladies such as yourself.
I know I look young, but I am a boy.
Yes, I saw.
Yes, this is one of our junior footmen.
Yes, I've seen you in town. I've seen you at the inn, I believe.
Yes.
At the inn?
Yes.
No.
Our staff
Never
are
mind.
permitted to do whatever they please with their leisure days.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, we'd better be off. Plenty to do, plenty to oversee.
Yes, have a wonderful day. The weather's fine, so I do hope you enjoy your walks.
Yeah, see you too, sir, and thank you once again for all your help.
Stand up.
As I leave, I bow and I kind of look up at him like, hey, what the fuck are you sneaking? What the hell, man? But then I leave out behind them.
Library?
I'm at the library.
Okay. Here enter the library. You are greeted by a diminutive, mousy-haired young lady, perhaps a little bit older than you. She's maybe 24, 25. She has glasses. She's about 5 foot tall, I'd say. Maybe 4'11", 5. Short hair, straight, mousy brown, little button nose. Oh, hello there. How can I help you?
Hi. I look around in my reticule, which I've remembered to bring. Archibald Penhallow.
Yes.
He's got some books to collect.
Oh, yes. I've got. Let me check and double. Yes. Oh, both of these have arrived. Yes, wonderful. Oh, wait right here, and I'll get them for you.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't suppose you have any ink and paper as well that I could.
Ink and paper. I mean, we don't usually sell ink and paper, but if it's an emergency, I have some. You can borrow some of mine if there was. Otherwise, the general store would be the place to get ink and paper.
Yes, of course. I just needed it one sheet, but.
One sheet. Oh, no, one sheet. Not a problem. Let me go get you some. I'll be right back. She has. It's a small library. It's so when you walk in, you walk into the library, which is just shelves around a single room. And there's obviously some back rooms which she's just walked into. It's a small building, maybe 3 rooms tops. You can hear a rustling and moving, some drawers, there's a squeak and things like that. Yes, here you go. These are the 2 books. They're wrapped in brown paper and some string. There's a sheet of paper that would be useful. Did you say you wanted some ink as well?
No, I've just remembered I actually have some.
Okay, wonderful. No, there's not a problem. Always happy to help. Anything else?
Not for the moment, but I might be back in.
Yes, absolutely. I'll be here. I'll be here all day.
Is there a place to sit in the library?
Yeah, there's a sort of central table.
Okay, I go sit, take the piece of paper out, and I write a letter.
Yep, sure. Oh, okay, you're writing here. Wonderful. I'm just going to be out the back. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. Do you want one?
No, I'm quite all right, thank you.
Okay, not a problem. Enjoy. The library's here for everybody. And she leaves you to it.
I write it up. Wait for it to dry.
Mm-hmm.
Fold it. the things, put it in my bag that I hope is big enough, and then I go look for her again.
Yeah, you can knock on the sort of office door. Yes. Yes. What can
I was wondering. I'm not very good at knowing names of books or what to give people. It's my cousin's birthday tomorrow, and
Yes.
I know that she likes to read an awful lot, and she's much more religious than most people you see, and her favourite book seems to be a Bible. And I'd like to give her something that she might enjoy reading, but I don't know anything good, and I wondered if you could have any recommendations and then potentially point me to a bookshop.
Yes. I mean, we don't have a bookshop in the village. We can procure books for you. Certainly. By tomorrow would be possibly a little difficult. You may have left it slightly too late. But, I mean, we have books here already. There's just a limited choice. So you're thinking something pious, but fictional? Or...
Yes?
No further clues? Something...
She's quite difficult to read.
Okay.
I mean, her favourite book is...
Is the Bible.
Yes, but it's a very specific one that she got. I think she got it in 1804 or something. It was a very specific New Testament one or something.
Okay, I'm not... Yes, I mean, sort of... They're very similar editions.
Yes.
The Bible, it's quite...
I just wondered if there was like a nice one that I could give.
You're looking for another Bible?
No, just a book that you might recommend for somebody whose favourite book is the Bible.
Okay, let me see. So... let me... Wait right here. I will... Yes, I'll see what we have out the back and what we'll give you. I'll see if I can find you some options.
Thank you.
No problem. So, we'll switch back to you guys, because I'm going to look up some books. Where were you? Remind me?
Okay, so we had just left the town hall.
Yes.
We've got a list of all the things we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
The plan was to meet Talia at the haberdashery.
Mm-hmm.
So I suppose that's what we are going to do now. I mean, we could well pop into the haberdashery and speak to Miss Green about ribbons for the maypole.
Well, yes, because Mr. Brown said that the ribbons were
Yeah,
ruined.
I'm sure it's the same ribbons that have been used since we were little. So it seems about right to replace them now.
Yes.
And yes, I suppose we can do that and then meet Talia afterwards, as she does seem to have very odd opinions about Mrs. Green, and I could do without them, frankly.
So, where were we with you?
Go to Susan Green.
Yes, we've just gone to Susan Green's haberdashery.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Ah, Miss Rosalind.
Good morning, Miss Green.
Good morning.
I'm not sure if you're aware, but my brother and mother informed us this morning that we are to oversee the May Day happenings.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, we're all very excited about it. And I've just been to see Mr. Brown at the town hall.
Yes.
He's informed me that the ribbons for the maypole are looking a little worse for wear.
Yes, your brother spoke to me about that.
Yes, he
they're
has.
New ribbons have been ordered. Obviously, we
Wonderful.
don't tend to stock ribbons of that calibre.
Of course.
But I have ordered some in from a proprietor in London, and they should be with us within perhaps a week.
Wonderful.
Plenty of time to have them
Yes.
attached to the maypole. Oh, was that everything?
I believe so, thank you. I am very, very grateful. We may check back in just to see that things
Yes,
are...
I would not imagine a visit to be so brief without another
Of course,
check-in.
of course. And you'll send word to us when the ribbons are ready.
I'll let William Brown know.
His name is John Brown.
John Brown.
Yes.
That's not. It's
Boy.
William Brown.
I wrote John Brown.
Well,
I don't
I
think
don't
you
know why
should
you
be
would.
touching them.
Was it John Wright? No, that's
William Clark and John Brown.
and Edward Young.
Either way, whatever his name
Yes,
is.
we all
Mr.
know
Brown.
their names. We voted for him after all. We didn't, we're women. But the men voted for him, of course.
Well, thank you.
Not us.
While I'm here, I was just wondering.
Yes, of course, you would have more.
Yes, the alterations that you made for the spring ball to that
Heavens,
dress.
yes, so long ago.
I was wondering if that might perhaps become the start of a larger project.
Yes, I imagine that's how things would go.
Yes, the trim that you added to the hem was beautiful.
yes.
It was truly some of your finest work, and I was
My finest work, thank you.
And I was wondering.
But
I was just wondering if something similar might be added to the sleeves and neckline. I've seen similar styles coming in London, and I think you would do it phenomenally. And
I mean, I often find that overdoing it on the seaming can be unseemly, shall we say. You not think perhaps something a little more... No? Yes, okay.
Well, perhaps, but I assure you, I am working from fashion plates that are incredibly sophisticated and incredibly on trend in London.
Yes.
You would truly be producing work at the head of the curve, as it were.
Yes, and I imagine I would get a lot of credit for it.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Hmm.
You know, any time I wear one of your gowns, I am always complimented most lavishly.
Yes, and they do say publicity pays the rent.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, next time I come to check in on the ribbons, I shall bring the dress down and we can discuss.
Wonderful.
Yes, thank you. It is so lovely to see you as always.
And you, please do come again.
I will.
This entire time, Seth has been just kind of playing with the display ribbons, just kind of feeling the material, because it's like, it's nicer than the shirt he's currently wearing. Aww. So he's like, it's quite a nice material. And then
Are you looking for something? A new shirt?
No, I can't afford it.
Well, I imagine if it's a work shirt, you could speak to Master Reginald. Yes.
Oh yes, I will speak to him when I next see him, when I finish my work here.
Because we do supply the uniforms for the household, and if there was an issue with that one, it would be no problem for me to converse and sort you out.
Oh, no problem, no problem. I wasn't. No problem. I wasn't. I bow. I wasn't here. Don't worry. It's no problem whatsoever.
I'm happy to speak to Reginald.
Please, I bow. Please, please don't.
As you wish.
Thank you.
I'll probably speak to him anyway.
Agatha, was there anything you wish to purchase or inquire on?
I'm fine.
No,
Yes.
of course.
Well then.
Many visits, very little exchange of capital. Wonderful. Have a good afternoon then.
You too.
Or good morning, I guess, at this point.
Yes. Well, shall we head outside and see if we can find Taya?
Yes, we shall.
Yes.
Goodbye,
I'll
Miss
see you
Green.
soon.
Yes, you will. Unless I see you coming. So back in the library. Yes, sorry I took my time.
Of course.
As I said, we have a few books that are always available to sell for those in need. So
Can I just backtrack? Sorry, I want to look around while she's looking.
yes, okay, yep.
Perception or investigation?
Investigation.
19.
19. Okay, yeah, you get a good look at all the. Is there a specific book you're looking for?
Pacific.
Type of book?
Just
I said
anything-
Pacific.
Yeah, you did.
It's specific.
Wait, yes! we'll cut this, Specific.
He holds all the
We're
power.
not cutting that.
Specific. Is there a specific book you were looking
Just
for?
anything that Talia might, so adventure books, anything that could be interesting, anything that might remind her of her dad.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of new books.
Right.
I would say most books you're looking at sort of 3, 4, 5 years old before they kind of reach the village, but there's a handful. Yeah, there is a copy of this new book called Frankenstein's Monster by Mary Wollstonecraft.
Mary Shelley.
Mary Shelley. That's right, because I was thinking of that book too, because that book is also there. That one's dusty and tucked away, but you notice it on a 19. They're both Marys?
Yeah.
Wollstonecraft?
Yes.
Wollstonecraft, I forget what it's called. Wollstonecraft.
I think it's a rumination on women's. It's something on women's
the
rights.
treaty on women's.
Shall I Google it?
Yes.
Sorry.
It's okay. So that book, we all know what book I'm talking about. I just don't know the long-ass title for it. It's not very feminist of me.
A Vindication on the Rights of Women.
That's right. Not a... Yeah, keep thinking it was an essay, a vindication. Yeah, you see that one tucked away that catches your eye. Yeah, the Mary Shelley one catches your eye. There's a lot of just very plain men's fiction. There is quite a lot of...
Is that porn?
There's not porn in this library.
Behind the
My
curtains,
goodness.
the adult
Stop
section.
it, there's not smut here.
There is no smut in the library. The library is heavily looked over by a number of people in the village, including your mother, for the suitability of books for the village.
What about Edwin?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she had no objection to that book, clearly. Yeah, so just books that you would find interesting. Yeah, there's a number of sort of for women romance novels. There is some Jane Austen that is sort of newish in. There is some... You're really testing my knowledge here. It makes me look so bad. I give up. I can think of stuff, I just don't know the names, but yeah.
I'll pick up the Mary book.
Mm-hmm.
Which Mary?
Mum or daughter? Wollstonecraft.
Okay. Okay. She goes, oh, sorry about that. Oh, you found a book. Oh, interesting. That's a fascinating book.
Yes.
I've read it. Not many people check that out. In fact, I don't think anyone's checked that book out. But yes, Lady Georgiana Penhallow insisted that we kept the book in the library, even though no one's singing out. And who am I to argue? So there it is. I'm sure she'll be very pleased that someone's finally checking it out. Wonderful. Yes, no books. So we don't have many, but I have picked up 3 that seem like they could maybe be suitable. We have one by Voltaire. He's quite popular. It's not really my kind of reading. Interesting. I found this one, Gulliver's Travels. It's a fairly mundane adventure book. I mean, it's not particularly for children or adults.
Perfect then.
But no, I found this one I think is very interesting. It's called Evelina, or A History of a Young Woman's Entrance into the World. And so it does seem to match some of your requirements. It's about a young woman, and she's raised by a reverend in a rural village. Religious parents, and it seems to be a coming-of-age book. I haven't read it myself, but it sounds like it might be suitable. It has religious connotations.
Maybe I'll take that one and Gulliver's Travel, and I'll look over both of them.
Yes, wonderful. Prices-wise, I think we're looking at, totally sorry, but I think 2 shillings.
For both of them?
Each.
And how much for this one as well?
That one? Well, that's not for buying.
Right, yes, of course.
That's obviously, you can free, you can just write your name in the book.
Yes.
Yes, return it in, shall we say, how long would you like it for? No one's ever asked for it before, so, honestly, should we say a month?
Certainly.
Wonderful. Yes, and she passes you a sort of book that you can write down all the details of the book that you're taking out. Mm-hmm. Yes, these 2 then. Shall I wrap them for you? I have brown paper.
I want both of them. Yes, go on then.
Okay, wonderful. And so she takes out some brown paper from underneath the desk, wraps them up, ties them in string. So 4 shillings then. And one moment, I'll write you a receipt. There, and who do I make? Sorry, I should have asked your name.
Talia Bronton.
Talia Bronton. Oh, yes, of course, the Bronton girl. Sorry, yes, Talia Bronton. Of course. Cousins of the Penhallows.
Of course, yes.
Wonderful. Yes. Yes. 1 receipt.
Thank you.
And you hand me the money, of course. Wonderful. Please let me know if you enjoy the book. Or all of the books, really. Let me know if they're well received as gifts. And yes, I really should read that book myself at some point, but
What are the names
busy.
of the 2 books I took again?
Gulliver's Travels and Evelina, or A History of a Young Lady's Entrance into the World.
A History of
By Frances Burney.
a Young
But you can Google it.
Lady's Entrance into the World.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Put them in my apparently oversized reticule.
Sounds about right.
You've got like a giant sack that's your reticule.
Where's Seth when you
Because
need
I've
him?
also got 2 of...
You got 4 books.
I've got
a
5
reticule
books.
is like this big.
Okay, well, I'm just carrying 5 books in my hands then.
Wonderful, please come.
Do you have a bag at all? It's just that I'm going to meet my cousin now, and I don't want her to see the books.
Yes, you could borrow mine, I suppose? If you could bring it back later?
No, don't worry about it. It's quite all right.
We don't, yes, people tend to bring their own.
Yes,
I have a satchel.
I didn't think I'd be here for...
Yes, quite all right. I'm terribly sorry.
No, it's quite all right. Perhaps I'll see you again when I bring this back.
Yes, that sounds wonderful. We don't get too many visitors in the library. There's not exactly many readers in the village.
I never asked your name.
Oh, it's Rachel. Rachel Cook.
That's a lovely name.
Thank you.
yes.
Talia is a beautiful name too.
Thank you. I will see you again soon, I'm sure.
Yes, please. 1 month for the book.
Yes.
But come in any time you like before then.
Well,
of
I might
course.
see you on May Day at the Mayflower Festival.
Oh yes, wonderful. I will be there.
Excellent.
I'll probably be running a small bookstall to sort of let people know that the library's here and that we offer services for everybody. We have reading lessons. I'm sure you obviously don't need them, but we offer reading lessons every Sunday afternoon after church for those that would like to come and learn to read. I do the teaching myself. Some of the older gentlemen often come along, and I must say they are very passionate about it.
Okay.
Yes.
Well. Yes. I'll see you then.
Yes, I hope so.
Yes.
Thank you. Come again.
Yeah. Yes.
Tell your friends we're always open.
Yes.
We're not always open, obviously, but in the day.
Is it just you?
Yes, I run it for the village. Yes, Georgiana Penhallow handpicked me to run as she knew that I was good with books. And my father's shop is not exactly. He's a tailor, and so.
Yes, I've met your father actually.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
He helped make a wedding dress.
A wedding dress?
He helped fix a wedding dress.
That's most peculiar, but I'm sure he enjoyed that very much. Yes. I'm not a tailor, obviously.
No, of course not.
And I never really had the, I guess, hand-eye coordination for it. My needlework is not exactly, yes.
Mine
no.
neither.
Yes, so I work here now, and it's such a pleasure. I love books. I love books so much.
Yes, so do I.
Wonderful. Come. Yes.
Yes. I must get going.
Okay. Have a good day.
Goodbye.
Ding, ding, as you leave.
And I head to the haberdashery where I said I'd meet them.
Cool. So I guess you bump into them on their way out then.
Yeah. Well, we're just finished in there. You're in luck. Are you all right?
I need...
You need to go in.
Yes.
Into the haberdashery.
Yes.
Well,
Why, do you need a new ribbon?
Yes.
well, all right, and you go then. I might as well go back in as well, I suppose.
I think... No, I
didn't have a look at all the ribbons.
You wait. Okay.
Did you forget something?
Oh no,
Miss
Talia simply wants to something, and
Perusing?
I noticed I had not checked the ribbons on the way out.
No, you didn't.
So I just go where Seth was to the little ribbons, which I'm assuming are like hanging by the door, and just having a look.
Was there something you needed? Miss Penhallow. No, Miss
Bronton.
Miss Bronton.
Yes.
My apologies.
Yes. I would like that green ribbon.
Absolutely. He gets a fine ribbon. Anything else?
Yes. And I try to take her to the other side away from Rosalind.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. Yes.
I have written, but I haven't got a response from him. So I wondered if you might pass on a letter for me.
To my son.
Yes.
What's
You may read it if you want to. It's
no,
nothing...
I would not. What is the nature of your relationship with my son?
I just want him to know he has a friend. I understand that it was very difficult for him at the wedding. And I want him to know that not everyone here thinks that he has made a fool of himself, I suppose.
Can I roll to see if I hear?
Can I roll as
I'm
well?
trying to be very quiet.
Okay, make a I guess contest. Yeah, make a stealth roll, make a perception roll.
Are we all in there?
I got 5.
Got 17.
My stealth is plus.
I got my passive perception, so I'm actually back at the roll. So
15.
15 in total.
Yeah.
17.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she hears your conversation. You make it your business to hear this conversation, don't you?
No, I'm none the
Well, I am a
wiser.
little bit concerned as to what Talia's doing in a haberdashery.
Okay, where were we? Oh, that's
I just want him...
bless you. I would no. Your private correspondence is private. Of course, I would not deem to lady of yourself such as yourself could be trusted. Very well. I am going to visit him next week, so I can drop the letter off there, and I can inquire if you would like as to why he's not responded to your letters.
Yes, I mean, perhaps they got lost in the mail, or he might have even sent it to my home address. Maybe I'll go home and check. I thought I might...
He is not exactly... Yes, his heart was...
Yes, I
Perhaps
quite
he needs
understand.
time before perhaps engaging with the fairer sex again.
Oh, no, it's nothing like that at all. I swear, I'm not looking to try and... It's nothing like that. I just
see.
I understand his situation.
Very well, I will pass on the letter. I can't make promises,
Of course.
obviously, but he is a man onto his own, so his decisions are his own. Obviously, he's not my little boy anymore, as he so foolishly proved. Yes, I will see him next week, I think on Monday, so... Thank you. Not a problem. Here, pass me the letter and I will keep this safe.
And then louder I say, how much for this lovely ribbon?
I think 5 pence.
Here.
Wonderful.
I go up to her and be like, Bow, I did hear you say you might be talking to Reginald. I just want to be clear that I wasn't here for no particular reason.
Make a persuasion check.
Are we hearing this?
I am. I haven't walked away.
Yeah. I'm not like paying attention. I just want to save
Shall
my
we
own
roll
skin.
again?
Sure, make
I
a...
got 8. It doesn't in passive perception. You heard
Okay.
that passive perception.
No, that was persuasion.
Persuasion.
I got 9,
8,
so
yeah.
lol.
8, just straight
7,
up like, hey.
so...
Young man.
Yes, miss.
Madam.
Madam. Yes, madam, of course, bow. Back to the less confident bow, because I'm realising I'm doing a bad thing.
I have a very particular working relationship with the steward of your house.
As do I.
Yes, I can see that. I would not deem myself to put that at risk
Of course.
for whatever dalliances and games you might be playing.
I would never play. I would never play any. No, I bow again. I'm like, no, it was just a silly thing. I just wanted to make it clear that I was here, obviously, but me being here isn't important enough to bring up. I bow again.
Right. And your shirt fits you fine.
My shirt is the best shirt I've ever worn, and I don't think I'll ever take it off.
You should probably take it off.
I will to wash it, but then I'll put it
Yes.
straight back on.
Very
Dripping
well.
wet. It's the best shirt I've ever had.
I believe you.
A single tear is...
Run along.
I run out the front door and I'm just standing outside waiting for the three ladies.
That family will be the death of me. Rosalind, you're still here.
Yes,
There must be more I can do for you.
Just this one, please. And I just hand over one of the ribbons I was looking at.
Was it a particular ribbon?
It's got like little flowers like embroidered on it.
Types of flowers? Just flowers.
Just flowers.
Wonderful.
Like all different ones.
Yes, that one's, I believe that's 10 pence.
Lovely, thank you.
Rosalind, I do not mean to oppose, but surely we should be getting on with our day now and not buying new fashion items.
Well, yes, but I thought, I better buy something through all the trouble that I've put her through.
For us to know, 12 pennies and a shilling.
Okay, I'm going to write that down. Okay.
But there's 10 copper and a silver, so it gets... Okay.
240 pennies. No.
Huh?
20 shillings in a pound.
Cheers.
20.
I'm just writing down what I owe and
Yeah.
I'm taking it off at the end because it
It's
confuses me.
120. No, yeah,
20 times...
240, I was right, yeah, 240
Yeah.
pennies. Yeah.
So we leave.
Yeah.
Ding, as the bell goes as you leave again.
Seth, I don't mean to... I am not your direct employer, but did I hear something about...
Do you have a bag?
Yes,
On you?
yes, ma'am. I have my bag for carrying stuff that
Is
I
it
brought with me help.
Clean?
I turn the bag inside out. Yes.
Could I ask to put these in there?
Of course, ma'am. Put them in the bag.
Thank
I
you.
bow.
Whatever do you have that you're blocking mine eyes from?
Nothing at all.
And I bow again, and I just kind of avoid just eye contact because I know now that this was a mistake. I shouldn't have come out, but because I thought I was going to have fun like the first time, but now I'm just panicking way more.
Agatha believes that Talia has something she shouldn't have.
Drugs. There's alcohol in that.
Should we go to Tally's tea shop?
Sally's.
Sally's tea shop.
Oh, yes, that's a good idea. Sally's, and then we really better stop by the church and find Uncle George.
Oh, George.
Yes.
Sally's. Let's all go
I'm
to
2
Sally's.
steps ahead.
Okay, into Sally's tea rooms, where a number of young ladies are serving tea and cake to a number of early risers in the village that have finished their work for the day.
What can I get for 2 pennies?
For 2 pennies, God knows.
Like 1 cake.
Maybe? I really don't know how much a
What
cake
can
is
we get for 2 pence?
Well,
Wait
if
a
you
minute.
got 15 for a shilling...
Yeah, how many? And if there's 12 in it.
Yes, you can get a tea and cake for 2 pennies. We'll readjust that later when I worked out how much it would actually cost in Regency, England. There aren't lists of details. People didn't keep these sort of details, generally speaking.
So just 1 pastry.
It's not ancient Samaria where they kept a list of everything.
Right.
Which is weird. Yes, cake and tea for 2 pennies. For sure. Is that what you're all looking for?
Well,
Oh yes, I can drink a tea, I suppose. Here you go.
Wonderful. Let me take you to, yes, please sit over here. In or out?
Oh no, it can be packed. I don't need the tea actually. I just want the pastry.
Because tea isn't to go.
Yes.
Because the china's quite expensive.
Yes, I just want the pastry in a bag.
Right, yes.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Yes, we can do that. Here you go.
is Sally around, perhaps?
Yes, I believe she's out back doing receipts. Shall I get her for you?
If you don't mind, it's on Mayday business.
Yes, of course. Lady Penhallow.
Thank you.
Yes. Miss Penhallow, yes.
Yes, my mother is. Lady.
She goes, knocks on, she heads up some stairs, knocks in.
My pastries are gone.
Because she gave
You
them
gave
all
them
away.
away.
Yes, but they're not in my things to add anymore.
Sally comes down, a sort of rotund, short-cropped hair, wearing an apron still, red-faced, blushy, I guess. What's the word for it being red-cheeked?
Rosy.
Rosy-cheeked. Yes, comes down the stairs. Oh, Miss Penhallow, what can I do for you?
Well, my cousins and I have been put in charge of overseeing preparations for the May Day parade.
Yes.
And we've been told that you are to have a stall selling your cakes and things.
Yes.
Yes. We just wanted to check in and ensure that all was as it is supposed to be, that you're on schedule and happy to provide still.
Yes, we're getting flour from the mill. We've
Wonderful.
organised the eggs. The sugar is coming in from London. Extra batches. Obviously, we haven't started on the cooking yet, but I believe everything will go to plan.
Wonderful. And if you have any issues before the day, you are free to let us know and we will aid you in any way we can.
Oh, thank you so much. It's very kind of you to say so.
Yes, well, it's very kind of you to be contributing your delicious goods to our wonderful festival.
Of course, every year it's always a pleasure to feed the masses, shall we say?
Your treats are always a highlight, especially for the little ones.
Yes, the children do love their sweet treats.
Yes. Well, in that case, we'll let you get back to your work.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Oh, was there something else?
No, I was just thinking, is there something else? That's what I was thinking to myself. I was thinking,
I
is there
see.
anything else before she goes? Do I need to pass on a message to her brother? And I'm thinking, no.
Well, if you do change your mind, you know where to send your correspondence.
I do, yes. No, it doesn't matter.
What?
Oh, nothing. I just thought, No, not at all. Not at all. How is Edwin?
Edwin?
Yes.
Oh, well, you know Edwin. He's always very
Always
full
running around, yes.
of fun and jokes. Yes, he's his usual self.
Yes, I keep seeing him running around town, very busy.
Yes, well,
He's quite in the...
we are all doing our bit for May Day.
Yes, yes.
Who are we talking to again?
Sally.
Well, have a lovely morning then.
Yes, you too.
Well, the weather is fine. We should all be about ourselves, I suppose.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I wish you good business today.
Thank you.
This whole time Seth has been staring at the pastries, slightly dribbling, but he just kind of like patting his pockets, finds like nothing apart from Flint, and just goes,
I break my pastry in half and hand you half.
bow very deeply. I bow to Sally.
You should stop giving that boy so many pastries. He will... Well, his teeth will go rotten. What was that?
It's my chewing impression.
Well, as we are done here, it seems the next logical thing to do is to check in with Uncle George.
Yes, Uncle George.
Well, at least you may visit the church. It is a lovely building, and I don't believe you've... Yes, you've been today, so...
Well, I would love to go to church, but you see, Uncle George has a very different idea of religion than my mother and father do.
Yes. I can assure you in the days since the wedding, his services have not once been interrupted by a similar ailment. And unfortunately, whether we like it or not, he is very important for his opening sermon, yes, and the Morris dances, so we really do need to go and check.
Yes. Let us go then.
Yes.
Okay, so you make your way across the market square to the church, which is just adjacent. There's a sort of very small, no longer currently used graveyard that surrounds the church. Most funerals are now held outside of the town, but sort of the earlier village ones from the previous 100 years, 150 years are sort of gravestones. Yeah, as the church is just off the market square. As you get closer, you can hear the sounds of the organ being played.
He loves his organ.
Yeah.
Balls, cock, organ, let's go.
Why do I keep doing this?
So as you make your way into the
He
church...
loves his organ, okay, I stand by it.
Yeah.
As you make your way into the...
I said what I said.
Oh, fuck.
Goodness.
Goodness gracious.
As you make your way into the church, you come across the sight of Reverend George Penhallow, Uncle George, playing with his organ at the back of the church.
That was not in character.
Playing on
We
his
didn't just
organ.
laugh at him.
Well, you wouldn't play on a trumpet, you'd play with a trumpet. So he's playing
play
on,
a trumpet.
He's
You
playing,
play the trumpet.
You don't say I'm playing with a drum.
yeah, no, he's playing with his organ. I don't understand.
He's playing the organ.
He's at the back of the church playing with his organ.
Okay.
There's a musical instrument and he's making music with it.
Correct?
Does he?
Fine.
What organ?
Okay.
Okay, so he's at the back playing the organ, the church organ. He's actually quite good.
What a delightful rendition of Beethoven.
Rosalind!
Uncle George.
So good to see you.
Yes.
Have you all come in for a quick sermon?
No, we're here on business.
Yes.
Business?
Well,
Yes.
not business, but
Well, it is business.
Mother and Archibald have given us the responsibility of overseeing some of the May Day festival.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Oh, I tell you what, I have been working on my... Why don't you all sit here, have a seat, and I can run you through the sermon that I've been working on for
You
the
know,
day.
that sounds excellent, but I think we'd much rather save it for the day. We wouldn't want to spoil anything.
No, you're right,
Yes,
quite right.
I
quite
personally
right.
find religious experiences far more moving when it is, as you say, a completely new sermon to mine ears.
Yes, you're right. It's always best to be moved by the spirit, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, so... Organising yourself, well, I'm sure your mother is quite capable of knowing what she's doing.
Yes, she's trusted us.
Yes.
So your
Yes.
your sermon is on track and
Yes, I've been working on something quite special.
wonderful.
And we won't have any issues like at the wedding.
No, I don't know what you mean.
You were a little bit unwell, Uncle.
Yes, I think it was something I ate.
Possibly something you drank.
Yes, perhaps the water was off.
Archibald likes to boil his water.
Yes, he does. He does.
He says it's good for the stomach.
Yes, I believe it's good for the... Yes.
So we were told that as well as your beautiful sermon, you would be hosting the Morris dancers to rehearse at the church.
Yes, they've been practicing often.
Oh, they have.
Yes.
Wonderful. And you think they're doing well?
Oh, wonderfully well. Yes, we have a prayer session before each rehearsal, and they are always keen to get to it.
Lovely. So there's no issues there. You believe they will be completely ready for the day?
Yes, I believe so.
Wonderful.
Yes, they're all doing very well. I'm looking forward to the Morris dancing myself. I'm thinking about volunteering. Having watched them do it, I'm like, I think I could do that. And so I've let them know that I might be interested in joining in after my sermon, doing a little Morris dancing.
Well, goodness, that would be something to see.
Yes.
Never known you as much of a dancer, Uncle.
Oh, I love to dance. I know I don't... Yes, dancing. I think it would impress some of the ladies of the village, don't you?
Yes,
I
ladies love dance.
slowly turn to Talia and go, why am I not surprised?
Is there anything else? Girls, you missed my breakfast sermon this morning. I popped over to the house to read to you, and you weren't there. Perhaps this evening I can come over again. We can go over some key Bible verses.
Oh no, I can do that by myself, thank you very much. I am very well educated in the study of Bible.
Oh, I'm absolutely sure. Your mother is a spectacularly well-versed woman, but it's always best to read under the tutelage and guidance of a trained clergyman. It wouldn't be, I would always suggest, it's never wise for one to go off by oneself and misinterpret passages that could lead one astray. So, like, I'm always here, girls, to offer a educated narrative on
on the works of Jesus.
Believe me, I have not misinterpreted a single
No, of course,
word.
I'm quite sure you haven't. I tell you what, this evening I'll speak to your mother, and perhaps over dinner I can come and read some key verses to you. I know your mother will be particularly pleased to have me over. She does love having me over, so...
Well, whatever Mother thinks is best.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure it will do you all the world of good, don't you? Wonderful. Was there anything else?
I don't believe so. If you can assure us all your tasks are underhand, then we shall leave you in peace.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Rosalind.
Yes, Uncle?
You look resplendent in your spring dress.
Thank you, but yes, we must be going.
Of course. Have a lovely... Oh, no, please, shall I pray with you first before you go? Please, allow me to...
I'm already walking out the
to
door.
pray.
It's quite all right. I really mustn't let my... We really must stay together.
Okay, until tonight. I'll see you all this evening.
Goodbye, Uncle George.
As Seth leaves, he goes to bow.
Oh, Seth! Seth, please, allow me. Come.
No, he really must be coming with us. Come on.
Sure?
Yes, his
Just a
employers
short
will be
prayer.
terribly angry if he's
Yeah,
late home.
okay, I will pray for you. I will pray for you now.
Thank you,
on your
Uncle
journeys.
George.
No, not a problem.
The one person I don't bow to, but I go to as we get outside. I bow very deeply. I'm like, you see, like, thank you, in my eyes, because I didn't want to pray with him.
And then I'm just going to quietly, once we're out of the church, Agatha, I presume you did not want to ask him to your birthday tomorrow, as Archibald suggested.
I can read my own Bible, thank you.
Well, in that case, yes, we
Miss
shall get
Rosalind,
her.
I really do think you look so excellent in your spring dress today.
We mustn't laugh. He's a member of
Well,
the
actually, it
clergy.
wasn't me that threw the first joke this time.
I am sorry, I just don't, that man,
Isn't he just?
I don't know what to laugh.
I must say, it is wonderful to see you hold your own so well. It is impressive, really.
Oh no, I feel so embarrassed.
No, you've nothing to be ashamed of.
My mother has taught me well, has she not?
Of course.
Yes, Agatha.
Are you sure?
Yes, of course. It's quite all right.
You've behaved exactly as fitting a pious young lady.
Yes.
Well, with that done, I believe that's everything in town that we ought to do. The thing left to check is the flowers, but to do that we do need to go out and visit some of the farms. So perhaps we ought to head home first.
Yes, I should drop those books off.
Yes, to Archibald.
Yes, and...
Would you like me to take the bag?
It is my... No, of course, ma'am, of course. No, what do you want, ma'am?
Well, it just looked as if you were handing them to me.
No, I was letting you know that.
Right. You want to hold the bag.
Do you want that?
I don't mind.
I'm going to hold the bag for
Okay.
now.
Excellent.
But the books are in here.
Yes.
Let us head back home.
Yes.
Yes, I would like that very much. I need a short rest.
Yes, of course, anything you need before we visit the farms. And I mean, you needn't even do that if you do not feel up to it.
No.
All right. So head back home.
Sure. Three little hobbits just walking down the street.
We've lost one.
4, yeah. Little Samwise. Okay.
Oh, he's the one with the proper goblin.
Yeah,
goblin
three little
collar.
hobbits. Okay, so you get back.
Yep.
Cool.
And I head towards Archibald's study.
Sure. You give a knock?
Yes.
Sure, no answer.
Well, he did say to leave them on his desk, so...
Sure.
And I go to open the door.
I don't think you ought
I'm
to
opening the door.
I don't
Yeah, it's
think
not
you
locked.
ought to...
Well, it's open. Look, he told me to leave them on his desk, so I'm sure Could I have...
All right, then.
Let me just... Can I... Sorry. And I pull out his 2 books, and I go in.
This whole
Have
time.
I ever been into his study before?
Nope.
Excellent.
Well, yes, but not while it was a study. It was his childhood bedroom.
Right.
And now it's a study. So technically, yes. I'm being facetious, yeah. No, you've not been into a study.
Right. Perfect. I assume that I see the desk. And I put them down.
I mean, obviously you went into a study this morning.
Yeah, but not like actually. Put them on his desk. Is anyone outside? Other than these two?
I look outside the room.
Make a perception check.
10.
Seems no one around.
I think we're okay.
Excellent. You stand watch. I'm going to look around.
Taya, what are you doing?
Well, then we might find something interesting.
Like what?
I don't know.
This is my
Have you
brother's
never
house.
wanted to go into a study before? We're not allowed in them.
Why would a woman such as yourself want to go into a man's study?
Why would a woman such as myself not want to go into a man's study?
Well, because it's not our place, and it's...
Well, you
It's
two
his
are
private-
perfectly allowed to leave if you'd like to.
Well,
I do not think it's appropriate to go through Archibald's
it's
things.
a breach of privacy, and
Yes.
if my mother were to find out...
Well, that's why we've got somebody standing guard, isn't it? And if she does come, I will simply tell her that I was told to put the books onto his desk, and that's what I'm doing.
Well, I'm having no part of this, and I just walk off.
I'll wait outside.
We need a signal of some sort. Just drop your bag if you see anyone coming. Not out like that. We need to be subtle.
I have it.
Just hold it next to you.
I think when I'm holding it next to me, it is touching the floor.
Okay, hold it like this. Like this. There you go. Just be comfortable, look normal. And I, rummage through his desk,
mate.
listen to the wall.
Yeah.
Make an investigation check.
Yeah. The reason that I am standing outside is because
Do
I
we-
am interested in what Archibald has in his study.
5.
Yeah, sure. You find loads there. Receipts, letters, more receipts, a couple of really boring sounding books about philosophy. What else? Couple of rings. Just very plain, boring looking ones. I think one might be his wedding ring that he's taken off probably while he's running around town. He doesn't like to lose these sort of things.
May I have a look from outside the door? So I'm like,
You'd have to
peeking
make a
in.
perception check.
That's fine, I can do that. Oh, that was almost a nat
That's so
20.
close.
14.
Do
14.
you not have any pluses?
Oh, wait.
Plus 3.
17.
17. Okay, sure. So you can see from your perspective, there is a collection of letters tucked in between some books on a bookshelf that Talia didn't notice.
Okay.
I don't say anything.
I check to see if there's any locked drawers or anything.
Yep, one of the drawers is locked
And I
on
can't
the desk.
jimmy it at all. Don't see a key.
No key. I guess you could make a strength check
Oh hell yeah.
if you're going to try and basically rip it open.
21.
Okay, yeah, it pulls open.
He's gonna be
You bend the lock off.
I
Like,
hear
there's
it.
no way you're fixing
Talia,
it.
what are you doing?
I hear a smash.
I just want. It's a lot. I didn't find anything
If it's
else.
a locked drawer,
Did you see anything interesting? I saw nothing interesting, so I thought I would try and find
you
something.
can't go breaking through his things.
But did you? What's in the drawer?
Okay, what's in the drawer is more paper. There's a couple of folded envelopes with some letters inside. That's it. 2
Who are
letters.
they to?
You can't tell. They're not addressed. And if you open them up and take the letters out, they are in a sort of scrawling, what looks like poor handwriting, quite a scribbly handwriting. And they're difficult to read. You can't read them at all. The words don't seem to make sense.
Right.
And you're not sure if this person just has terrible handwriting or they're just writing gibberish.
Talia, what is that? Put it away.
Is there any plain paper around?
Yes.
How long are these letters?
One of them is about 5 lines long. The other one is more like a full page.
Okay. I try to copy it as closely as I can, the one that's 5 lines long, onto a spare piece of paper.
Make a I think it's performance, because you're performing the act of copying something. It's like an art thing. So yeah.
It's charisma based, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, but it wouldn't
Maybe
be.
it could be dex based. Oh, yeah. No.
I'm not sure what the right role would be for like just copying stuff.
We can look it up. D&D roll for forging.
Can I do a perception check to see if anyone's coming yet? Or
Yeah, forgery check, I guess. You can make another roll, yeah.
Just to see if anyone's
Perception
coming
check.
still.
It's been a while.
Yeah. I've got 10 again.
Cool, yeah.
Or 12. No, it's
No,
in between 10 and 12.
If it's...
Just roll again if
Then,
it's cocked.
6. I should have just accepted the 10.
I say cocked, Rosalind.
Rosalind's not here. Rosalind has no part in this.
It doesn't
Thank God.
say...
Should be having a panic
Could've-
attack.
Yeah, I guess sleight of hand. We'll make it a dex one.
Is that better?
And that's just gonna affect how good your copy is, basically.
Yeah.
You are making a copy, whatever you roll.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was so close to a 16. 10.
10. Yeah, you seem to have got a reasonable... You think you've got a reasonable copy of this nonsense? It's hard to tell because, like, it's nonsense in the first place.
Yeah.
So,
That's
yeah,
why I
you
wanted
need
to get all the shapes right.
Yeah. You think you've done a pretty good job?
I'll put his ones back in. Push the drawer shut. Do my best to make it look like I've not pulled it open.
The drawer with the broken lock.
Yes. But the lock is like inside, so like you from the
So
front.
the
you
lock
can't-
obviously is that shape, and now it's that shape. It's bent over and pulled. Make a perception check. I mean, I've told you what it is now, but has your character seen it?
9.
9. No, you haven't paid enough attention. So you've just put this broken drawer back into place.
Cool.
It's obviously
So
broken.
glad Rosalind's not here right now.
Does this look broken?
Talia, I'm not coming inside.
But I
It's a
just...
gaming pigeon.
Toddler mate.
Talia, I feel very out of place here. I want to leave.
Fine.
Seth is sweating.
Make a perception check.
And I like shove it.
8.
Oh dear God. Okay. Well, last
Please,
glimpse
can
around.
we leave, please?
Yes, I'm coming. Last glimpse.
Cool. I'm not letting you roll again, no.
Damn. Look around, don't see anything. Okay, fine. And I like shove it.
What are you looking for?
Somewhere to put this.
I
And
don't see why
I
you
put it in my
copied it
recipe.
down in the first place. It was private property.
There might be somebody around. Come on, let's go. And I come out and shut the door. And head to my room.
I head to my room feeling very guilty.
I'll take those.
The books.
Not the bag, obviously, just
Yes.
the book.
Okay, grab the 3
Thank
books
you.
and I bow and I flip my bag back the right way, inside in, and then I guess I go and continue with the work I was supposed to be doing that day. Feeling slightly nervous, but feeling like I've done something cool and exciting.
Sure. Put your entire career at risk.
100% cool and exciting.
It's just cool. I might get fired and live on the streets. I'm definitely going to get whipped. Okay, where are you heading?
I'm in my room.
Yeah, Rosalind went to her room when
Yeah.
they started messing around in Archibald's office, and I'm just sat on my bed, like staring out the window. Like there's a tree out my window that's like in blossom, and I'm just looking and I'm just staring at it.
Sounds like dissociating.
I'm just trying not to think about what might be going on.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You gone to your room?
Yeah, I'm staring at my letter for a while. The one that I copied.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go and knock on Rosalind's door.
Knock, knock, knock.
It's open.
And I open the door and stay standing in the doorway.
What are you doing here?
It could be gibberish, it could be nothing. It could be completely nothing. Can you read this?
What?
It's just a
What?
copy.
Can I read it?
No, it's the same gibberish.
What?
You can't make anything out from it?
What? It just looks like nonsense. It's like someone's terrible handwriting.
Right.
What is it?
I found it in his locked drawer. I may have broken the drawer.
In Archibald's?
Yes.
What on earth were you thinking?
Well, I couldn't find anything else, and it was.
It's not funny. He's an adult man. This is his private business.
I just thought it could be fun.
I don't know why you've told me this. I really wish you hadn't.
You asked. I wanted to know if you could read it. You could have asked no more questions.
Well, I can't read it. And I would like it if you would take it out of my room.
It's not in your room. Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. I just thought it might be a bit of fun. And
I don't think...
And go back to my room. Like, hide it.
Do you have any experience with deciphering codes as a sort of... It is a Regency hobby for men and women. Little games, silly little games such as deciphering ciphers, decoding ciphers.
I think we said that I did. Like, my dad would do them with me a bit, and like I would. That's like one of the things that I found fun.
Sure. Make an intelligence check. Just straight intelligence.
Three.
And just nothing pops out at you at the moment. You feel like this. If this is a code, and you're not even sure it is. I mean, it must be, like, context-wise, it must be a code. You can't decipher. You feel like this is beyond the parlour games that you've played before. It remains nonsense. Agatha, where are you?
I'm in my room and I am sat on my bed furiously going through the Bible because I have felt that my behaviour today was very unpious.
Particular Bible verses stand out?
Okay, for therein is the righteousness of God revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith.
Yes, you're very moved and you feel like that was very poignant that the Lord had led you to open the Bible on those pages and was reminding you that your piousness and behaviour is incredibly important and one should always hold themselves in the highest regard and stick to good godly behaviour at all times because he's always watching.
I go knock on Agatha's door.
Sure.
With my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Come in.
Hi.
Hello.
You're smart. Yes? You read lots. I feel like...
You read more than I do.
Okay.
What would you like?
I think it's a code.
Oh, is that from Archibald's study? Talia, I told you I'm not interested.
Okay, but what if you just take a look and if you also think it's a code, you could see if you could break the code and then I'll take it and you have nothing to do with it. I'm not smart enough and I think that you're so much smarter than I am. And so I just think...
Give it to me. Intelligence?
Yes.
16 add...
4, 20.
4, 20.
You're confident it's a code, You're like, oh, yeah, I can, because you've spent a lot of time at home by yourself playing these little games on paper, like your father's given you little books before to keep you entertained while you've been alone. So you're looking, oh, yeah, no, I reckon that there's something about it. There's a pattern in these letters. It doesn't seem quite right, but you think given enough time, maybe, and a lot of time, you could crack this code. It'll be a fun game.
Okay, so there are patterns, okay? There are certain words that we use in everyday life that are common, and they
You
have...
can't read any of these words.
So can you see how those symbols happen 4 or 5 times? That could be a word as common as the, or a, or I.
So you can do this?
It may take me a while, but...
Oh, please, 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 please. I'll give you anything you want.
Just, if I do this for you, will you promise me never to intrude on Archibald's privacy or anyone of the Penhallows ever again?
I won't for a while.
Talia, please.
But what if this leads to something else?
Well, I won't have anything to do with it.
Okay, fine.
I take the note. I will let you know when I've cracked it.
Yes, thank you.
Did you mean your promise? Were you lying?
Deception check?
I guess we don't know. I guess we'll leave it. No.
Or should I do deception
Yeah, roll
check?
an insight check because you
Insight.
care if she was telling the truth or not.
But she didn't say.
Oh, I got
One.
one. I got one.
She believed me.
I believe.
Which means you can be telling the truth. You don't have to reveal either way. She believes you.
We've got, it's like, I don't know how much longer you've got left until your thing, but it's like 20 past 4.
Yeah.
This does feel like quite a good place to wrap up.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So in the middle of your day's adventures, you have been tasked with organising a fete and getting the final preparations, and you've all just gone to your bedrooms and walked away from it.
We've only got one thing more to do. We've got to ride out to the fields, and we've got, like, we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, but your mother will notice that you gave up halfway through the day.
Well, we're not. We're going to
and
go
you've just gone
back
to your
out in a
bedrooms
minute. Agatha said she needed a little rest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that doesn't matter. That's what your mother noticed. The end. Thank you.
Why? No, but you've got ages until you need.